Now entering Nerdist.com.
Welcome new listeners to the Todd Glass Show. Before we get going, here's some stuff you should know. To tell if it's a bit or the truth from Todd. If he says potato salad or swear to God. Those expressions are comedic, little darling. If Todd means the truth, he always says to George Carlin. And on the topic of bits, let's erase any doubt. Todd's almost always joking when he says, edit it out. The intro goes long, cause Todd's so big-hearted. Other podcasts end before his gets started. The intros are recorded on a phone, but don't worry. The audio of the show is at a higher quality. You know the Podcasters Association voted the Todd Glass Show number one. So welcome to the show.
Pretending to play a trumpet.
Hey, can I keep it there?
Yes.
Yeah. Shut up. Don't say anything till you're on.
Are you gonna get over there? You're gonna give us some hits? Yeah. You know what? I want to start again. I didn't like that one.
I hated it.
Okay, let's do it again. Hold on. You go behind the drums.
It's like a goddamn funeral in here.
Can we get it? Can we get the? Let's try it again. Can you get the trumpet louder? Can you get the trumpet louder?
This sounds like a podcast the captain and Tennille did
Lower it.
after Tennille passed away. After the captain passed away.
Where is it?
This sounds like a captain and Tennille podcast.
All right, we'll come in and then I'll show you. I want to do it again.
With
anyway.
two Tennilles.
Because I like when you feather it out. I'm listening.
No, there's no reason. No.
Keep it. Why don't you keep this?
Style. That's not going to hurt you here, right?
No, that bag's fine there. Should we just leave that intro?
Leave this. What if this was the show?
Preset the bag.
Preset the bag. Okay. So
Yeah, let's do it again.
Okay.
No, we got to do it again.
And that's got to be louder. Let's do a test.
You're not settling on that, right?
No. Let's play it.
I thought you...
Aristotle.
Can we do a cold open first?
Let's hear how loud it
Aristotle, can we do a cold... Let's do a cold open.
goes. A cold opening? What would that be?
Hey, time... It's like... Hey, time...
Wait. And then when you want the music, let me hear where we're going to come in. Let's test it. Okay, that's good. So when this is the cold opening, then it throws to that. You'll get it.
Okay. Hey, Todd, I'm really excited about being on the show.
We're going to have a good time as long as you're funny.
What? Well, I guess we won't then.
It's the Todd Glass Show!
John is playing a trumpet into the microphone.
I feel like the day I found out that Milli Vanilli was not all I thought they were. Do you think that Milli Vanilli joke was enough to stop the entire
No, I'm
momentum?
happy you're here, and I want to get organized and be in the moment. That's all I can do is be where I'm at. I can't.
Why are these? What, do you use these?
I don't need them.
No, but sometimes you're gonna play a funny thing and they're like Zuzu Bang Bang.
Oh, you mean like
yeah,
like something like that? Like you wouldn't hear this.
Oh, I think I would hear it.
Yeah, you would hear it. All right, so hold on. Go nice and slow. Nice and slow. I'll be in control of this show.
You know, Todd, you really are so much less, more focused now.
Have you noticed?
No, you're a mess.
Okay. I see. There's a lot to do.
I want to have the can. Maybe I should use these.
You want the cans?
I just want to say cans because it's so old-fashioned.
Straighten your mic. Okay.
What are you, like a Nazi now?
Why do you have to bring up Nazis?
How much did you have in the pool of when I would say Nazi? Who had one? What's the time? What's the time on that?
3 minutes.
Okay, who had 3 minutes?
I said under 3 minutes.
Okay.
He said a minute and a half. What did you say? 2 minutes?
I said 2.5.
Steve Feinart's voice, ladies and gentlemen.
Nazi.
It's the known Nazi. Steve Feinart. He's here. It's just sitting in. It's like crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Wow.
Stephen Feinart's The Bitter Buddha.
Yeah.
Still available for $6.99.
He's done a lot since,
If
though.
you have Netflix, go watch it in ruins and then stand by.
Also, his new show
It's not on Netflix anymore.
on what's the psychiatrist thing?
It's Please Understand Me. Facebook
We
Watch.
understand you. We don't have time to get into this. What's the name of the show? Just say the name of the show,
It's called
seriously.
Please Understand Me, Todd.
Now,
Okay.
the listeners don't have to hear this part, right? You kind of like, what you do is you do like a Carson Daly thing where you throw to your conversations.
I'm going to do today is you're going to just bring me pure joy. I'm not nervous at all. I'm not going to try to control you. I'm going to do my thing. You can interrupt all you want. I love it, even if I'm not seeming to love it. I always love it.
Well, now you just seem very, like desperate. Sometimes desperate's funny, and then
But I don't
sometimes
do it.
desperate's like, ooh.
Oh, is it that type of
I mean,
desperate?
is that guy? What did he? Does he have a terminal illness? That guy?
Okay.
Has
That's
he?
Great. That's great.
No, maybe I went too far.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up. You shut up. Hey, stop it, Todd. That's not funny. That's not
bang,
funny to do
zip.
beating jokes, Todd. And now, live from Manhattan Beach.
Put some reverb.
I can't hear me in my headset though. What's the
serious?
matter? Yeah. I mean, what am I? What do I have to get?
How are
to
you going
get
to come up with a joke for that? What do you what?
What do
you,
I-
You can't hear yourself in the headset.
I can now. Too loud. Too loud. Too loud.
That
A little
used to be
bit
my-
louder,
that was
a little
my
bit
stage
louder.
name.
Shouldn't we have done this at the
No,
tech
you just do
rehearsal?
it. We're all in the whatever happens, happens. I learned this.
Todd called me up today and he said, "What I want to do is the most unfocused beginning that's ever been done." to a
Can I
show."
tell you to George Carlin? I know that's our safe word, whether you like it or not.
What is the safe word?
It just means I'm being honest to George Carlin because he said to Joe Pesci. So for some reason, can I be honest? As much I would love to stop it. I would love to come up with a new safe word, a new word that just
Wait, I don't get what the safe word is. What is
to
this?
George Carlin.
Two?
Yeah,
Wait,
instead of
instead of
swear
to
to
God.
God, swear to George Carlin.
Oh, I swear to George Carlin. I just think it's weak material, Todd. You heard me.
I think it's. What else could he play after that? I think it's weak material, Todd.
What is this? Mean Streets?
Listen up.
The comedy version?
Let me just go here. Give me a second. Give me a. Oh shit. I'm gonna just get through this because we dropped the show tomorrow, so I don't have time to do an opening like, hey, this is my hey. Just give me 1 second.
Why are you so running me? I have a podcast, and we got everything stocked up. We have our end of summer shows done in the can. It's evergreen.
Okay, so look, if you're at the Rec Room, I'm going to be at the Rec Room. It's a comedy club in Huntington Beach. You were there.
14 people. Doodah.
Oh,
No,
I heard
it's
it was
a,
fun.
It's
though.
a very nice room.
That's what I heard. I heard it's
like
crazy.
the room, and Kenny's
crazy good.
I had 4 people of my best friends who were there because they live in Long Beach. That's what it's come to, Todd.
And they drove up to It's in Huntington Beach,
It was
California.
fun. I don't drive.
And I'm there July 14th.
What day of the week is that?
That's a Saturday. Oh, you seem to be ready with that
Oh.
one. You didn't say it seemed genuine. Anyway, it's like if I ask me when my party is. Can you come to my birthday? Ask me when.
When
it
is your party?
Well, March 20th. I thought it already. You can't.
I
do
don't
it.
get what you do. I don't do these. I don't do a double act. You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't go to the Sklar Academy. You heard me. I said Sklar Academy.
I'll be at the Rec Room July 14th. One show. It's going to be great. The whole band fill in.
Did you say albeit?
I'll be it. I will be at.
Yeah. Who am I doing now? The guy who's just
Rec
mean?
Room, you're fine. Everything you do is fine. Just be you. Don't anything that
don't
comes in your head. Say it.
patronize me.
How's that
You
patronizing?
came
That's
back
a
about how Andy. I'm going to be. I'm not doing that voice.
I don't
just
care what
to
you do.
add to your whatever I was doing. But I come in and you're like, "Oh, Andy, I'm ready for it tonight." Oh, tonight's the night, Andy. Isn't that what your opening was? Oh, I'm loose as a goose. Nothing you as if I come over here and I torture you.
How do you?
I normally torture you. Is what you say. You go, "You're not gonna get me tonight, Kindler."
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be at the rec room.
You only have one gig to plug.
No, Montreal. I'll be there. I'll come to see you.
You're gonna be on my
show. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
The alternative show.
I'm doing one show every night at 9 at the Mainline Theater at 9:00 with a band.
Didn't you hear? Oh,
I got the whole goddamn band, a 5-piece. I'm
the
doing
main
it right.
line. The main line.
Yeah. And then one other date in August. You can go to my website and see where it is. If you live in Glendale, Arizona, then you go to my website. But it's sometimes in August. I'm going to be at the Stir Crazy, which I heard is a crazy great comedy club. Finally in Arizona, there's a lot of clubs, but there's none the way I like them.
The Howard Hughes Club is great.
Yeah. So
did you play for that guy?
Oh no, that was Howard. You mean Howard?
His real name is Howard Hughes.
Is that true?
That's his name, but he's not related to
He
Howard
was
Hughes.
that was. Let me tell you something. Back when Dan Murr ran that club,
Huh?
I don't think you have to be mean to employees to run a good club. So I don't excuse that. But I will tell you something. He ran a fucking great
What club?
comedy
Are you
club.
talking about the Tempe
Improv? The Tempe
What is
Improv.
this ADHD update? I wasn't talking. First of all, I don't know why I'm doing the really
You're doing everything.
over the top.
What do I
angry
do
guy.
to please you?
No
matter what I
this
do,
is-
you make fun of me, even if I
You
defend-
listen to me.
Okay. I want to. What would I do?
I dare you. How dare you?
Andy, how are you?
You scallywag. How
By the
am
way-
I? How am I not? That generation was terrible
Also,
when they would
it's-
do like.
Oh
just
yeah.
a thing.
You know what?
Hey, which way did you? Can you help me out? Which way did you come in?
Thank you.
Can you clarify why you don't have to be mean to employees? Where were you going with that?
I don't know.
Oh
what
no, because he was a little bit. Dan had a problem. Most of it stemmed from his own insecurities and some issues he had, but it surfaced as sometimes yelling at employees, which is unnecessary. So I don't want to make it sound like, well, he run a tight ship. That's what you got to do. No, someone else is doing exactly what he did and being nice. I'm just saying he did run a tight ship. Aristotle, happy birthday.
Is it your birthday?
Yeah, and
Get
5
the
years.
hell-
And 5 years he's been on the show.
We love you, Aristotle. Yes, we do. We love you, Aristotle.
It's true. When you're not near us, we're blue. Aristotle, we love you.
Can I ask you a serious question?
What?
Does this kind of thing you do?
I make everyone feel-
make people feel better about the fact that they've never seen a dime on this goddamn
We have
show?
another jingle for him.
While you're raking it in, and you're over at,
I don't make a penny.
you do the podcast weekend up in
No, seriously?
Sun Valley
Seriously,
every year.
I don't make any. I make my money at the clubs. I don't charge for this.
Oh, I have a paywall. Oh,
We have a song for Aristotle.
Can I be a Patreon?
Yeah, you want? That's what I'm thinking about doing.
Do it.
I'm.
What do you have to think about? Who am I? I hate this
You're
character.
fine.
Do you
Okay,
know
I'll-
I've never spent a dime of my Todd Glass show money?
Yeah, you never like Jay Leno.
that's right. You never had to touch it. Todd. Todd.
No, it was the one that Joe sent, and it was.
How come we're not making money?
Hold
How
on
about
one second.
commercials?
We need it.
How about commercials? Squarespace. Do you know people who listen
Hold
to
on one
podcasts? I'm going to try out some material on you.
Okay, sure.
People who use, you know what people who like podcasts?
Mhm.
They insist upon having clean designed websites. That's what they like. You know what else people listen to podcasts
Yes.
like? They hate the post office. They
Right.
hate it.
Well, I don't have any ads on the show. I would take them, but I would do them. I wouldn't do a read. I would do it throughout the whole
Would
show.
you do Viagra?
I mean, if they paid enough.
I
No,
can't
that's
believe-
not my audience.
I don't know why I
My
said
audience, they have no problem getting their dicks hard. I'll tell you that.
Hey, they call you radio podcast answer
That's
to an
right.
erection.
Okay. See,
Right.
It's a professional show. How Andy?
Oh,
So it's his birthday and his 5
You're a
years.
liar.
5 years with
Yeah.
Aristotle. We've had 5 years.
You know it?
Aristotle. We've had 5 years with Aristotle. We've had 5 years with Aristotle. He sits behind the glass 'cause he's the real producer.
there's more later. So that's I tease him. He goes, wait. That's what's he say later about me in the song? We'll find out. But right now,
Wait a second. Hold on a second. Can I do one bit?
you
Can I
do whatever you want.
I'm gonna do the bit. Is my impression of who you were before that last musical interlude.
Okay.
Okay. You were okay. Here it is. It's called Podcast Guy. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ask me how I'm doing with my podcast.
How you doing with
I
your
don't make any money on it.
Oh.
No. I don't make a dime on it.
No, you having a good time?
But I don't make a dime on it.
I know, but
I don't make a dime on it. Okay.
Oh, you just make a little bit.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
That's why I can't do
I get
improv.
it.
What the fuck?
No, you don't worry. I know.
Right,
You
no.
know what you do? That's the good thing about doing bits. When you don't want to do them, you bail out. You just found yourself in a line read. Like, what the fuck? You weren't in the bit.
But
Get
let me
out
tell-
of it.
I'll
That's
tell you
what I
something.
say.
There are-
Run from the bit. Run.
What were you going to tell me? Run from the bit.
There, I'm
listening. I'm a good
there's
interviewer.
There's
Fucking
taking
asshole.
advantage of people
Asshole.
inappropriately,
Fuck
and then
you.
there's taking advantage of people inappropriately.
Fuck you.
There's different ways of doing it.
Fuck you.
Sure, these people. I think some of them were 4 when they started.
Fuck you.
I don't know what the bit is I'm
I don't
doing
even
now.
care. Fuck you.
Why are you saying that's the worst?
I want to see
bit?
if you were listening.
This is your worst bit. Is this
I
the
knew
way?
it wouldn't stop you.
Is this a
It didn't
stand-up
stop
comic?
you like a gun. I'm saying fuck you. You kept going. You're fine.
It made me horny. Come on, someone write something else for me. Not horny.
Kindler is a funny comedian. Free speech. I'm so glad he's on the Todd Glass show this week.
Free speech.
Free speech.
What is the matter? Why are you're conducting?
I have a.
This is seriously, Todd. 10 years from now, you're going to be in pajamas in the motion picture retirement home, conducting an invisible podcast that only you can see,
Can I tell you?
and telling your friend
Can
Morty.
I tell you something? That's what. If I ever had my show, there's 2 ways I could bring this to life, and one of them is not putting 5 cameras in here. I have no desire to do that. But 2 of them, one of them is I've talked about. The other one I haven't. Sort of what you said. Okay, so basically it is I'm in a home, like a mental institution. I was going to say it not right. I'm in a mental institution, and they let me have my podcast in a room, and everybody helps out. Like there's a guy that's an orderly that does the music, and I get these crazy guests that come into the hospital, but it's obviously not real. And then they come in, and then I get great guests. But then the reason it explains it is because at the end of each show, there's no podcast. I'm just sitting in the corner.
Somebody's seen Derek.
So what?
Somebody watched a lot of Derek.
Is that a show that's on television?
That was Ricky Gervais show where he was.
Oh, really? I don't want to do it then.
I'm sorry. My joke was so weak.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'll tell you why.
Why?
Reference is poor.
Okay.
Nobody else knows. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
The Ricky
I do.
Gervais show, Derek. But okay,
Steve Feinart says he knows. We have
yeah,
to
but
He
how
loves Ricky
did
Gervais.
my remark add comedically to what you were talking about?
Well, at least you're aware.
Look, that's what therapy's done, Todd. I'm not kidding. Oh, they laugh. That's why I went to therapy.
Because people like that.
Because I said I went to therapy, like, because it was Mr. Funny Man. No, Mr. Funny Man can't be sad. That's what they told me.
Oh, yeah. It's like the clown, though.
Yeah, the sad clown on the
sad
outside.
clown on the outside. Sure.
You know what I like? I like a clown
Fuck you.
who's happy on the inside and crying on the outside.
Why not?
Because let him, you know what? Let him amuse himself for once.
Was that pot drink you're drinking?
It's everything I do is pot infused. Because
Wow,
since
except your act. I just went with
Yeah.
it. Oh,
What?
Happy birthday to
And you.
Happy birthday
Hey,
to
too.
you. Do you like writing? Okay.
Okay,
One
it's pot
thing at a time.
infused. It's pot.
Do you,
It's sativa.
do you want
Sativa.
to George Carlin? To George Carlin, I might want to change that phrase. I'll tell you why. I think I can do something cleaner.
You
But,
can
but I
freshen
know
it
in a
up.
way I can't, but it's all right. But
No, why don't you get stuck in the same bit like Larry the Cable Guy did?
Okay. Okay. What do you ever do to you? Listen, I want to say
That's the
something.
problem.
Thank
What? See? These things are funny. That's what I said to my wife on my wedding night. These things are funny. These things really are funny.
All right. I want to say this.
Solid gold!
I want to say. I want.
Do you think this character would be good as a podcast guest? You just talk about it and you touch the subject.
Okay. So anyway, yesterday I went to and I, go on. So anyway, my parents they're there, and I know I
can't talk.
I have to go to Thanksgiving this winter.
Oh!
And they're gonna.
How much do you need for the gang? I don't know. What was that character?
You stop self. You're great. Whatever you know.
Part
of what you do is
I sell
doubt
it
yourself.
out. I bail on it.
Yeah. So what?
So that means it's a lie ultimately. Because if I really thought it was funny, I would commit to it like a robot.
That's true. But you know what? Whatever you do, maybe I'm not the good reactor to you because I keep saying to you, "Oh, be whoever you are. Don't worry, everything's great. You do." How's that going to help your comedy?
Well, I mean, acting with you is like
Right?
acting
See,
with
turn
an
it into
animatronic
You're a magician.
Disneyland
you know
ride.
You know what I love about you?
Drank an energy drink.
I like about you. You're a magician. I throw you a compliment, and you could turn it into an insult for me.
And you're working from a canoe. Yeah!
Reverb. There we go. Look.
He's on the Todd Glass show again.
Let's do it up big. Andy Kindler's here, everybody. That's right. I got the smoke machine going.
He's not afraid to name names.
Jay Leno!
And he's on the Todd Glass show. He's got funny in his bones.
Yeah, it's a compliment. Fuckface.
204.
Stop crying, Jimmy Fallon.
Andy!
Stop crying.
Andy!
Oh, wait a second. I see what you did there.
What?
There was a Rolling Stone song, and you changed the thing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Well, let me ask you a question, and then I'll throw this piece of paper out. There's two things I need to bring up to you. Are you okay? Number one.
Well, I'm telling you. Remember, we're selling our improv group tonight, and the improv group is no end. Remember?
Mm-hmm. No end.
No end.
Oh,
Not yes end. We're doing no end.
Do you know what? Do you think that the improv troops they should let go of? It's not yes and anymore. Fuck that, right?
No, and they should also go fuck themselves. So that's the show. That's the show. No end. If you do it, not
I'll
everything.
breathe better. What was the thing that listener that sent us in that wanted me and Andy? They have been begging to get you on the show, and I want to deliver. It doesn't mean we have to do it now, but if I say it and I make it Aristotle's responsibility. Okay, Steve Schultz. Steve Schultz wants me and you to do, and he wrote me 3 emails, and it's his birthday, and I said, you know what? I think
Get in line.
Don't get any ideas, everybody.
Are you doing some kind of a thing? Call this
No.
number, and you do, I'll do a personal greeting.
No.
Part of the Patreon.
Because
He wants us to
because
do-
I fucking do.
He wants us to do. He wants us to do.
Why do I curse now?
Because you're cool.
I need
He
to
said-
fucking make it.
Why do you think he curses?
That's cool, man.
It's cool.
No,
right? It's
I'm
cool.
trying. I'm
No.
tired of trying to take the
fucking
high
cool,
road.
dude.
Fucking bullshit. I'm the guy who says fucking
Oh, it's
bullshit.
cool. And these guys are young. They know it's cool.
Hey, fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Man, to get my
Hell
skate.
yeah.
Fuck it up.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Fuck it up and lose your shit.
Hey, guys.
Boom.
Whoa.
Hey,
You wanna-
Nice.
You got to smoke?
Andy
That's
Kindler, he
cool, man.
curses.
I find you heinous. Oh, still too clean. Too clean.
Dude, I don't know.
Not for mine.
What?
I can't think of one more twist on it now.
Okay, it's all right. Is it true you're dating Kathy Griffin? Honest.
Anything is funny when you have a drum roll after it.
Okay, here's what I want to say to you. Seriously.
No, okay.
So we're going to do that for Steve Schultz. I'm putting it in Aristotle. Since it's your birthday, we're going to do at least. He wanted the whole show. He said he'd pay $500. I know. I try to sell it as a good thing, but I said we'll do it. Shh. We'll do. We'll do it for at least 10 minutes. We'll do the morning zoo from the '80s. If me and you had to do it.
Okay.
No, we'll imitate those guys. I don't want to act like we're
What do you
trying
mean?
to.
What do you?
The
Could
guys, I'm not talking about the good radio guys, because there are great radio guys, but they were more or less doing a podcast before podcasting existed. The guys like Preston and Steve and Elliot in D.C. But I'm talking about the '80s guys that were just
you
toilet
talking-
flush. Not
You
not
the morning zoo, the morning
Morning
zoo
zoos.
people.
Yeah, the morning zoos.
And why are we doing this?
because for Steve.
why?
Schultz,
What did he request
he-
specifically?
to be honest, he has a disease. and he's sick, and he probably only has another 65 years, 70 years left to
Okay,
live.
let's do it.
And he's 80 now.
Let's do it.
So, okay, no, we're not going to do that now. We're going to do it later in the show.
Oh,
But
something like that's something to look forward to.
Thank you. It's called a tease. It's like
who
when
puts
you're.
this
It's
show
like when
together?
it's like when your wife strips at the mall. I got you.
That's not
good.
funny.
Yeah. Why is
But you
it?
know why wife
Oh,
got
I'm sorry.
arrested for stripping in the mall?
You know what?
Just and you know what was bad about it? It's recently.
You know what? Then
Recently.
I apologize.
Everyone went bananas at the Mahjong game. I said, Ma, I'll have what we're all having.
Do you want before I start the show? And we have we have the thing, the start. Remember the thing we talked about before we start the show? That's called a cold opening. That's the truth. No.
No, the first thing we did was a cold opening.
When I point to
I'm glad to be here
that's
in the
the
show.
cold opening to
That
the
was
cold
the cold-
opening.
cold
That's an
opening.
actual
That's the
cold opening.
So when I throw to you, you know the song you're going to play. It's got his. Okay, we're going to play it loud. And cold opening, they do it great. I think. I don't want to compliment anything because I know you'll disagree, but I think they do a cold opening great on the Colbert show. Like the way they all of a sudden go to the graphic and the outside shot. I think it's done.
Yeah, we don't
brilliantly.
have those cameras, or
We have visual.
and
We
don't
have
Colbert.
theater. We have theater of the mind.
Yeah.
So anyway, here I'm going to ask you a question, and then we're going to throw to the show. Do you want to George Carlin? Because I could deal with this another time. I want you to be honest with me.
Do you think
George
I have
Carlin.
anything better to do?
No, you don't even know
I mean,
what I'm going to ask.
obviously, seriously.
Excuse me. Listen,
That-
Andy Kindler.
Could you be slow? What, are you the world's slowest magician?
Do you want the opportunity to George Carlin? Somebody has a moral question. They emailed me. I
Yeah.
could do it next week. Or do
No.
you want the opportunity to do it now?
I would like to do it
To
now.
George Carlin, will you sink your teeth into it?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I don't know if I want to do it. Okay, no. I have an opinion on it. And it's basically, I had Eric read it this afternoon. It is real, but doesn't mean we can't have fun around it. I just like to give someone, I like to give someone good advice. I think if I can give someone clean advice, just not advice. 75% of the time I just give advice. I try to have my head clean with my thoughts, whether it's social or political.
What, did you go to Conan's setup workshop?
But about 25% of the
Set-
time, I feel like I give someone advice. When I'm done giving it and I think about it, I go, that was good, clean advice. And that's what I want to do here, of course.
Okay, I blew it, though, with my bad joke. I apologize. Well, what is the significance of the whistle?
I don't
Because of
blow.
the world?
It's whenever
Is it the
Aaron-
World Cup?
Whenever Aaron decides that something's funny, worth stopping traffic for, basically. It's saying, let's show this joke the respect it deserves. Let's stop traffic. All right, listen. So here's the question, and then I throw this out. So it comes to us from, I mentioned Aristotle's birthday. Oh my God. 5 years he's been on this show, and he's pure joy. We love him.
Wow.
We're lucky to have him. I'm
He's,
serious.
he has medical and dental, right?
Yes, of course.
That's my only joke I can keep doing over and over again.
Okay, so this guy, basically what's happening, I can tell by the way the email was formatted, he was in a marriage. Now his old wife is, his ex-wife, is remarried, I would imagine, and they have a child, but the kid was his. The kid's his.
I am lost.
Seriously? Okay, there's a guy that has a kid with a woman, but that woman is now remarried, and she has a husband, of course, and a kid lives there. They must have a lot of influence over it because the wife, his ex-wife, decided with maybe the new husband, maybe it wasn't the new husband, that they're going to put him in Catholic school. He said as far as the education goes at this specific Catholic school.
He just said Christian school.
Christian
by the
school.
way, but-
Christian school, he has no problem with it. And I like that he pointed that out because I don't think he's trying to say like, let me not get ahead of myself. But he's saying as far as their curriculum goes and their education, it's probably highly spoken of and proves itself. He said, but what they teach about, he said specifically, I think gay marriage, like to be gay, you could pray the gay away. Is gay a sin? He goes, what do I do? He goes, I want to do the right thing. And he goes, if the right thing is putting up a stink and fighting, I'll do it. But if somebody tells me to go against my instinct and goes, you're better off, he'll have your voice as he gets older. You'll be able to explain to him, not all people believe that. But I'll go first, and I want everyone to weigh in. But I say, first thing you have to do is establish with his mom, you don't know if she might be one of those people. If you said to her, look, I know you believe in the Catholic Church and you don't believe everything they say. You're trying to be fair. This is not the discussion whether anything they say is good or everything. There are a lot of people that are part of that group that don't agree with everything they say. So you would say to somebody like that, or imagine if it was my wife, my ex-wife, and she's putting my kid in that school, I go, hey, honey, like, do you think it is a sin, or do you think no, it's not? But like you don't agree with everything they do, but overwhelmingly you think it's a good organization. Sometimes they do things you don't like, but when the scale tips, it tips in the favor of they are worth putting our children in their hands with things they might hear. So I'd imagine if you put your kid in that school, you're not saying they're perfect, but you're going when the scales tip, more positivity than negativity. So I would say to my wife, honey, is that one of the things you agree with? That if she said, oh no, I don't agree with that being gay is a sin. No, I know that they still preach that. Then you have the specific conversation on that to go, then no. Honey, like kids know they're gay when they're 4 or 5 years old. You want him to, at the youngest age, hear he's wrong? Casually? Even if I'm the good voice, when he gets home, I can tell him what you're hearing every day is wrong. So I would say put up a fight of all fights. But there's a civil way to have arguments, and I don't mean a fight, a screaming match. If you have to go to counseling and put someone in the middle. Now, if they say, no, I do believe it's a sin, and I know the Catholic Church preaches it, but I believe it, well, then you have some other things to work on. But
the only thing I'm lost is what the thing you're talking about relates to. I forgot
he doesn't know. Should I just let my son?
Is this someone who wrote an email?
Yes.
Okay, bring me back up to date with the email.
The email said the guy that wrote the email. He said that his wife and the wife's new husband is putting their 5-year-old child into a Christian school, and he said he's okay with the education or the curriculum, but he's not okay with the religious aspect.
Did he
of
say
it.
he asked and knows they have a good
Yes.
curriculum, or he's
No,
assuming?
he's aware that the point wasn't really that. The point was why he mentioned that. I don't want to get caught up. What he's saying
He
is,
did say from them they have a problem with gay marriage. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
with the
sure
specific
he did
thing.
talk to the school.
So he is aware of this. He is aware of something they believe on. They have a problem with gay marriage. The specifics of pray the gay away, I don't know. But I get the gist of what he's saying. We don't have to get caught up. I'm not trying to tilt anyone in saying what I want him to say at all. But I'm saying is we don't want to get caught up with if it's a good curriculum. The bottom line is good curriculum or bad curriculum. What would you do if someone was putting your school and son in a school, and one thing you did know is that they don't believe in gay marriage, which means if they don't believe in gay marriage, what follows up to that is probably they believe in pray the gay
I would try
way.
to avoid that school.
Yeah,
But
that's
schools-
my
What would
thing
you
is-
do if you're
in his email? He did say that he was okay with the education, but he's separating those two things.
Oh,
I don't think
wait.
the school does. If they have a problem with gay marriage, how well are they on teaching?
No, I think
science?
he's saying that's the reason the email is that he shouldn't separate it. He's just thinking like it's not the academic. That's a side note. I don't think we have to soak that in, because I think everyone would agree if you don't think that if you think that being gay isn't a sin, and you think that you can't pray the gay away, then every person that would be smart enough to know that would know that that's a game changer.
Yeah,
like you
avoid
can't
that
go,
school.
oh, I like the curriculum. They're going to know. So he's just saying it to put it out there.
All right, now some people who listen to the show, they smoke pot. Okay, I'm not saying it's me, but some people do, and they have trouble. I forget everything I just heard.
Okay.
And the only thing I'm trouble with is who's sending the email about
the
sending
guy
them-
the guy that his son lives with his ex-wife and her new husband.
Okay, so that's the problem with the thing right there is not just what you feel about it, but what you feel about
What can you
what
do?
Can you do
In all
on
due respect,
someone's-
Andy,
Go fuck yourself. In all due respect, I walked with Paul.
Jesus Christ.
Paul Lind, back in the day when you couldn't even be swishy.
in all fairness, I'm willing to stop and hold on, I want to turn this down. I'm willing to stop and re-explain it to you, but I think the majority of people pretty much understood.
Well, I'm stupid. No, I'm saying, but I needed to know.
That's okay, but
All
you were
right.
acting like everyone. Hey, a lot of people
No,
listen to the show. I
it
think
was a
most people
joke.
followed along.
That was my idea of a
well,
joke.
guess what?
Have
Your
you heard
joke-
about
your-
comedy? Get up, go online.
Your joke.
Make a call.
Your jokes hurt people.
Take
That's
a
the problem.
trip.
That's why only 14 people were going down there at the rec room.
Rent the-
because you don't know how to stop.
Rent fill in the name of a Southern comedian album. Go see the Goosey Boys.
So, do you think there's
the Goosey Boys?
So we all
No,
agree.
okay, wait a
Hold
second. But the problem is, here's the problem.
No, what's the problem?
Okay,
Advice,
are they
need
saying
oh, Jesus.
whose kid is the 5-year-old?
No, shut up. You're joking.
I'm not joking. Whose kid is the
The
5-year-old?
guy that wrote the email said that the child's mom and stepdad are putting him in this school.
It's not his.
It's his kid. Yeah.
It is his kid.
Yeah.
Well, how else would he be involved? Well, I guess he could be a neighbor. No, it's his kid,
Oh,
but the
so
wife.
they have to make. They both have to come to a thing.
Well,
right?
do they? That's
Can-
what I want to
I
know.
don't
He's
know.
Does
saying,
he have
okay, hold on,
control over
Andy.
that?
Andy, what he's saying is,
hold
on.
don't
Andy.
take Todd's word
Shh,
for it.
Listen to me. Look at me.
Look,
Listen
I remember.
To me. Shh, shh. Listen.
I remember when they used to eat jawbreakers.
Okay.
I remember him. Oh yeah, you're gonna give advice. I remember you in the Addison improv condo saying, "When I bought the mayonnaise, it was room temperature. Why do I gotta refrigerate it?"
Okay.
I have socks older than you, Todd,
So here,
because things have not gone well for me.
this guy Steve is going to thank me. I want to get an answer out of you on this, and
Okay,
then we'll
so
we'll
what-
start the show.
no,
This is
but
a
what-
cold opening.
He's asking if he should fight the wife on this.
And now let me say it with quite certainty. And I look at me and pay attention. Turn off your outside head like your therapist
Yeah.
tells you. Okay. Now, he's saying he also is aware if the right thing to do. He will do what's right. He will trust someone. He will ask me. He will ask somebody. He will do what's right.
I
Sometimes
think he was leaning
Oh,
towards letting the kid go to school and then telling him
right.
how he
Hold on.
feels.
That's what I'm about to get to. He look. I'm giving this guy credit because I read the email and I think I know who this guy is.
That sounds like megalom. Have you read any Unabomber diaries? That's what
So-
he used to think.
So he's saying is if somebody told him
Jeffrey Dahmer.
If somebody told him, listen, let the kid go to school there, and when he sees you as he gets older, you're not, you'll do it properly. You're not going to say your mother's a horrible person, but when the kid gets older, you go, yeah, he just want you to know that not all people agree with what you're being taught at school. So,
Oh, I see. Okay, now I understand
right.
the whole thing.
And I here's what I think. Look, there is a way to go about it, and I will give, and I really do take any advice I give with some with somewhat
Umbrage and bitterness.
Yes, because I tell you you should absolutely fight it does not mean that there are not ways to fight it.
Right.
And it doesn't mean yelling, and it doesn't mean screaming.
like
it
you're
doesn't
doing
mean,
now. You wouldn't recommend that
No,
for
I
other
don't.
people.
I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't recommend that.
Okay.
But I will tell you this.
More
And
Buddha,
if it means
more
calling,
Buddha, less Stallone.
If it means, if it means calling someone, getting a counselor and saying, "What do? I want to fight this, but there's a way to fight it. I want to fight it right, not just yelling and
Okay,
screaming."
I have. Can I?
Well, hold on.
no.
Hold on.
Okay. Go.
Hold on. But I will say,
You never have gotten to a point.
because you would because I had to repeat the goddamn story to you 10 times.
And the first time I saw you, you were wearing flares, doing your why I don't
So
like
here's
bell bottoms.
here's what I'm going to say. Okay, Steve, you better thank the fuck out. Steve, send me $200.
This is the best musician I've ever worked with in my entire life. This guy is on it.
Thank you.
I'm not kidding.
Give me,
I'm
another
a
rim
musician.
shot. Thank you.
I go into Gelson's, all of a sudden they're out of meat. See? Either you got it or you don't. Ask you
don't
what
know
the
for
secret
real
of
or not.
ask you what the secret of a good comedian
What's
is.
the secret?
Timing.
What's the secret of good time?
Timing.
So here's what I'm going to say about this. So I
Remember
would
when
say,
Andy fell for the trumpet bit?
did you through George Carlin? Did you believe it? The trumpet.
When the first for 1 second
He didn't believe it.
Well, 1 second I did. I wanted to believe it because I
wasn't
would
loud
think that
enough.
people wouldn't be cheating me. Like I'm watching the Saturday Night Lives where they had the sync to music. What did they have? That woman got upset because they had pre-recorded music.
Lip sync.
I hate this show. I get stuck on the, I mean, Andy.
So you're losing Steve
me-
Feinarts. We haven't mentioned his name. He drifts off.
Remember when you said to me, the first thing when you said, I said, Andy,
Let me-
I have to.
Yeah,
but you?
Let me go back to Steve. So here's what I'm going to say. I think, please. I'm never going to finish if you don't let me. So, what? So anyway, I'm saying this.
That's the truth.
And
Finally.
we have a cake for
the
Aristotle.
The emis.
I'm saying this, that with what I mean by fight is not yell and scream. So with that in mind, you know what, I'm going to pull the card of growing up, knowing what it's like to hear people talk about gay people, not you, but bad. I would fight it as much as I could, because when you think you're going to deal with it, I bet especially if I didn't say this, would be when the kid was 15 or 4. Be realistic. You're not going to start at 5, and they hear it at 5. So to not fight something as reasonable and as powerful as you can, that any negative, and I always say if he's gay, because that would make it worse. But that doesn't mean instilling negative things in a non-gay kid is any better. I'm just saying at least it won't make their self-worth any worse, but it makes their opinion of the world negative when they realize that everything they were taught in the school they went to, no matter how good they knew math, no matter how good they reading, was egregious. It will not weather the test of time well. And you're going to have to answer to that. You're going to have a child, if everything goes great, that's 22 and hopefully he or she is brilliant, that's going to go, Mom, Dad, why did you let me go to that school? They didn't have to be perfect, but saying that being gay was bad was far from in the gray area. You're going to have to answer to your hopefully you're hoping to the God that you pray to that your child will be healthy, 22 years old, and ask great questions. What are they going to ask of you if you just do that complacently? So I say fight it like a motherfucker.
All right. I'd like to weigh in.
Go
I
ahead.
think it's 168.
What is that?
That's what I weigh. Now, here's the thing.
Did you hear what I said?
I
made sense, and I know it did.
I don't. If I'm responding from the heart, do I
Okay.
have to go? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, well, you know what I know. Go.
All right.
You want reverb
Okay.
in your voice?
You know, here's the
Do
thing.
you want? Excuse me. Do you want some
Yeah.
reverb?
Oh, who doesn't?
Okay, and how about a teeny music? Not obnoxious, but on a scale from 1 to 10 to 2.
You know, whatever you want. It's
Now,
your.
do we have any good
It's your
music?
spaceship.
Okay, go ahead.
Captain Kirk.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. what
I'm
that
not going to
means.
interrupt
Okay.
you.
Okay. What am I? What is it? But you made the pants
just
too
talk.
long,
Why don't-
Sammy.
Why don't you just?
You made the pants too long. I said, Bobby.
Wait, you want to sing?
You made the pants too long.
Do you like to sing?
No.
Here we go. I'll
No.
give you this. I bet you'll have
Okay.
fun with it. I bet you won't be able to stop yourself.
Okay.
Because I know the way you
What's the matter with thee?
Oh, we got that coming up later.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's go back to that inspirational music. And do you have
Okay.
that?
Yeah. Let me weigh in. If I don't weigh in now, I'll
Okay, go
forget
ahead.
about
Back to
weighing
the
in.
inspirational. Here we
All right.
go.
So, hello from Hollywood.
Just talk. Don't be dumb.
Okay. Here's the thing. How I'm going to say a couple things now,
Reverb.
but don't
I'm not gonna interrupt.
cut me off or
course
whatever.
I'm not.
I mean, don't pull my chain. Don't piss on my shoes and tell me it's raining. Don't snow the snowman. Don't tell the tax collector the other account's closed. Okay, look. How long is that school they're going to? Is the first question I would ask before I would do one of your Frank Capra, like Mr. Gay goes to Washington bits. So here's the thing.
So hard for you to be
What I
serious.
would
You know,
say-
Eric said I have more layers than most people, and I always forget that. No, I'm not even trying to be.
No, I wouldn't if I were you. If I were you, I wouldn't have thought the podcast would make a difference.
Do you have an honest answer? Because you don't have to.
Yes,
wait.
no.
Go
So
ahead.
what I'm saying is,
I know what I said made sense, and if you don't start by saying that, I'm
no,
going to doubt whether
but
you're
you-
serious.
this is not crossfire.
It is for me.
Okay, good point, Todd. No, of course, everyone knows that you wear your heart and your tuchus. Now, because that's what the... All right, look. Here's the thing. I would want to know how long they're at that school,
Mm-hmm.
and how long... and is it something like they really do indoctrinate the kids about anti-gay things? I mean, if it's
a good question.
if it's a matter of it's just in the Bible, you know, like in the Jewish Bible, they say, you're supposed to sacrifice the firstborn, and then, you know, you don't go and try and
I
sacrifice.
can answer you already.
So
I can answer you
yeah.
already, and I'm really not interrupting. I'm answering you.
I think you should.
I think it
Well,
does.
that is interrupted. Don't make it like just because you're answering. For once you have something to say, that makes
Well,
it not
what
an.
What I mean is that
MSG, woo!
you're not done. You can keep, but I'm going to interject already with what you said. It does change it a little bit, because on one hand it makes the urgency of your son not hearing evil in his ears. Okay, if they're not even mentioning it from, let's say, 5 for the next 2 years or whatever, okay, let that go. But I think you have to then answer yourself a moral question whether you want to, and it does change it. I get it. It does change it. It just changes it a lot. Because do you want to pay for that type of... Because you're basically writing a check to people that tell people that the healthiest of the healthiest that they're sick, and you're writing a check to that.
But wait a second. The thing.
No, that made sense what I said. If you don't have to agree.
Everything you say makes sense, but here's the thing: we don't. I don't know what kind of church. I mean, this
but
is second. This is hearsay in a way. So I don't know what
Is
kind
this
of
a middle
church.
school, a high school?
No, can I tell you?
I think
he
the
did-
kid's 5 years old is what
The kid's 5 years old,
Yeah.
and if he wrote the email, look, there are Catholic. Did he say?
He said Christian.
Christian schools that preach that is a sin. So
Some doing, some don't. So
of
that's
course
the thing.
Of course, this is not one of them that does. I think
You
he
think
did
it's
his
a very
homework.
strict show? If it's a strict school, I don't think you should send your kid to it anyway. I mean, I'm
'Cause there's some
anti.
o- oh, so-
I'm
so-
anti-gay and anti-Q. What is the Q? What does Q mean?
Stop that,
Questioning.
Steve Feinartz. I give him a whistle. I
So,
said,
Stephen,
I said,
keep
play
up.
it.
Keep up. What do you think? We're running
Steve, stop.
That's
what do you think?
inappropriate.
What do you, that's inappropriate, Stephen.
I think this happened last time.
Oh, great.
Steven.
Okay, all right.
I
So
have a
you
question.
just answer. Oh, go ahead.
I want to know, is this something he can fight? It sounds like maybe the wife and the stepdad have full custody.
Well, you know
and
what?
They made this
Hold on.
decision.
I think, I'm probably right. And God, if
You
there's
are
ever,
white. It doesn't matter what you are.
I know the
Most
answers.
of us are white.
The answers he needs
Get
are
over
not
it.
the and don't look. You can. I don't care. I don't care what happens. But I think I'm to George Carlin. I'm being honest. I think we're answering the questions that he doesn't need. If we go too much on, what was the thing that.
Well, if he even has,
If
that
he has
much
the
of a
power,
say.
right.
But
Because
if
then
he
we
does,
could,
then
we,
do as much
yeah,
as
right.
you can to
We-
fight that. Yeah.
we could go off on that for 10 minutes, or whether he does, whether he doesn't. And my friend's divorced, and he didn't even like. The bottom line is, if he wrote the email, he's asking. I have to give him the cleanest advice we can in this amount of time. We have to go take for granted. He must think he could. He's writing an email to saying, should I interject? So let's take the benefit of the doubt that he's thinking, no, if necessary, I will interject. Interject doesn't mean have to be court binding. There are two people that maybe somebody has the custody
you
of the
want
children.
him to? You want he?
But it doesn't
could
have to mean
object.
he has to do it to a court order. It means hopefully, look, it's a divorce and things aren't great, but there are people that have civil divorces even when one person, I know the more it gets to one person that they didn't have to discuss this, I don't know whether it's because they should have, but they didn't. I would imagine he has some say in this child's life. And the question is, if he has say, whatever say he has at whatever level, legally or just going to the wife and going, honey, I know it legally you could do whatever you want. I get that, but can I plead to your heart? So if that's what he has, he wants advice to do that, not. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, I
And
would think, wouldn't you?
Does that make sense? What I just
It makes
said?
sense, but
I
here's
know
the
it
thing.
did. I want to see if you fuckers are
Look,
paying
you,
attention.
look, don't start with me. You listen and you listen. You
yeah,
listen and listen like you normally do, not well. Listen poorly.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's a issue that's also larger than that. Like, what does his new the new stepdad and his ex-wife think about people? They have a problem if the kid's gay? I mean, it's kind of like
that's what I said. The same thing.
So it's like it's it's like.
But I did say that about
Oh.
10 minutes ago. I said the first thing you want to do is find out whether they agree with that or whether they're
Right.
going, no, we don't agree with that. Like a lot of people that send their kids to schools like that don't agree with everything they say. So I think that's their luckiest thing if they go, no, we don't agree with that. To then go, well, you might not want to send, because a lot of people do that. They send their kids to a school and they don't agree with that part of it, but. And I hope as every year clicks away, people go, you know what, that's too big of a part of it for me to look around it. Even if I love everything else they do, that's a big part. I'm not looking for them to be perfect, but preaching that gay is a sin is far from the gray area. You're just literally you know.
But also, the kid's 5 years old. So if this is coming up in the school, then fuck yeah, fight this. I don't think it is. Maybe
No, we don't know.
Choose your battle.
Hey, look, that's why
think
I said
we're giving all the information. This what's this gentleman's name?
Steve.
We're giving him all the different choices. Because
Let me ask you a question. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. What we're saying is, the other side of what you're doing, which is to just visit people's lives and blow it up, and then, hey, yeah, that's right, Todd Glass, the morning zoo.
Let me ask you. I already said, maybe I'm giving this way too much, giving you any business.
That's
I already said that if somebody said, well, no, the church does believe that, which they do. He said that in the email, and a lot do, so I'm justified to believe that. But the kids don't really hear that in first, second, and third grade. Okay, I get it. That changes your wanting to not hear literal negative things get put in your kid's head. But I still think it's worth thinking about. But then I agree with Eric, choose your battles. But let's say you weren't arguing somebody else. I think we do have to get to a time where you can't look around that and, give a church money. Let's say you have no kids, but you go to a church. They go, I agree with a lot, but not that. Then you can't go to that church.
I think if a church, in a lot of ways you think you're open-minded. But if a church, the only thing they believe in that's bad is gay relations and gay marriage, and that's the only thing.
I know.
And they really, really, really... But they're nice in every other way.
Yeah. You don't know. Well, that's the problem. The Catholic Church is so worried about. I'm talking about organized religion. I think we're safe.
But don't you think it's changing, organized religion?
Can I tell you something?
In some ways.
Absolutely. And I know I've said this before.
I know you hate Jews.
You're not. No one's going to take you with them. There are Catholic organizations. There's every organization. I bet there's every organization. You know what I mean? Whether it's Jewish people,
gay-friendly Christian churches.
Yes, so not only gay-friendly, but interracial marriage, everything under the sun. They're forward-thinking, and that denomination, is that the right thing to say?
I wouldn't go crazy with the interracial marriage, right, fellas?
Okay, I get it. But what I'm saying is, if the group that you're... Yeah, we made our point. So we're done.
Let me tell you something.
Let's have fun.
There's two things you should never do. There's two things you should never do, Todd.
What?
Never take a lie detector test.
I wouldn't.
And never take a. I have some.
Give me. I want some pot.
Okay.
I want to just have fun. Oh, look, he brings it up. I like that it's in a little brown bag.
But why do you say I'm going to take it out of here? But why? But I thought you were filming or something. You're not filming, right?
No.
Yeah.
I just like the room to look good.
Then why is your hand up my puppet?
It's the cold opening of the Todd Glass Show, everybody.
I can't get enough of this podcast. It's the Todd Glass Show. Baby, don't you know the producer sits behind glass? It's the Todd Glass Show. Andy Kindler. Todd Glass Show. Todd Glass Show. With producer Aristotle. Eric Olsen. Aaron Simon. Todd Glass Show.
Whiskey Fine Arts.
Oh my God, that
energizes everyone except Nick. Glass Show. We play a million jingles for our Kindler, Andy Kindler. Todd Glass Show. Todd Glass Show.
You turned down John Brand Wagner.
John Brand Wagner.
Oh, I love the way you add these people to the song like it's the Gilligan's Island theme.
Would you do me a favor? He has a show. Dude, can you do something nice for once? Are you tired of not giving?
I'm ready to give.
Okay, he has a show. It's about hot dogs. That's all he does. It's his own
Sure.
podcast. Yeah. Hey, this is Andy Kindler, old school.
Songs
Would that
about
kill
hot
you?
dogs.
Songs about hot dogs. Yeah, this is Andy Kindler. You're listening to Songs About Hot Dogs.
Oh, okay.
Can't you do that for him?
Is it paid?
Sure. Hi, this is,
okay. So what is it again? I'm
This is
Andy
a revenue
Kindler,
share.
I'm Andy Kindler.
and you're listening to.
Songs About Hot Dogs.
Is that the name of the show? Is he pulling a? Is this some Ashton
George Carlin.
Kutcher like prank?
Hey, to George Carlin.
All right, so it's songs about hot dogs.
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you narrow it down more? No, that's the way to go. Go into a market where everything is a niche, and then get even more. Only hot dogs, songs about sauerkraut.
The whole show's about songs about hot dogs. That's the whole show.
How do you know? You're bullshitting me.
I'm the second guest. I said to George Carlin, the whole show's about songs about hot dogs.
I don't believe you.
Well, I have stories about hot dogs. I'm sure I'll use my opportunity when I'm on his show to talk about. I have two stories about hot dogs. One is I bought this thing that electrocutes hot dogs when I was in third grade. You put the hot dog on one end, you put the hot dog in the other, you plugged it in, and it electrocuted your hot dog. Well, just because it's called Songs About Hot Dogs doesn't mean that I couldn't tell that story.
Well, how
And that's your
old
little
are these
clip
bits?
into the next episode about songs about hot dogs.
Yeah. And this is the opening of the show. He ended
Is
up
this
using
your
this right now.
childhood bits you're doing
It's
now?
his show.
Yeah, but you go, when I was 5, I electrocuted the hot dog. You had to sandwich in your I would say tedious
Hey, Andy,
story.
Are you happy?
I make a nice living.
Oh, thank you. How's Nancy?
Nancy?
I always got along with your wife, Nancy.
No, it's Susan.
Oh, Susan. You know I'm kidding, right?
Todd, how can you do any acting? You used to slap people at the Improv as part of a bit.
I did.
It was the funniest bit
I used to
ever.
hit him in the head with the mic.
Right. No, but the guy who he said, now make it nice with the thing.
Oh, that was with the what if a cop spanked you?
That was like you're being mean to the guy.
Can you put the bag over there? And can I have that? Can I have the... I'll tell you, my mama, she don't do no much. And my sister, she's out of the things. And my brother, her.
I feel like I heard.
Hey, it's Jay Leno. I got a 1922 Dusseldorf.
Here's something.
Here's something.
Hey, this car runs on the on Broken Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy.
Johnny never knew his political opinion, so
No.
basically that's why I do
Just
it.
write jokes. Just write jokes. Just write
Why
jokes. Just
people-
write jokes. Just write jokes. Just write jokes. Hey, Dennis Miller's coming along nicely. I have to plug at some point my own fucking show. There's no more free rides.
What is it?
I have my own goddamn podcast. This is the way I'm going to promote it too.
Go ahead.
It's called The Thought Spiral Show.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Let me. Can you hand me that?
This?
Yes.
I feel bad that I had that bag on there too long.
Go ahead. You're on the air. You want to take a call? This guy listens to your show.
Sure.
Hello, you're on the air. Rancho Cucamonga.
Hello.
Oh, hi. You listen to Thought Spiral?
Oh, Andy, I love it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not.
Oh, God. Me and my significant other.
Oh, my God. This is.
That's the
All right,
best
that-
I could
that
do.
bit made
I didn't
me-
know if that was bad or bad.
Made me question-
Bad on purpose or just bad because I couldn't do any better.
It made me question my sexuality, as in.
Or with the bailouts. Thank you. We're bailing out. What did you want to say? Question.
It made me question my sexuality. It made me question my sexuality in the sense that, will I ever be able to have sex after this?
Hello, is this Andy Kindler? Oh, me and my significant other.
Huh?
What's the name of your show?
Thought Spiral Show. It's a podcast.
No, I can't.
Is it like you're are
a
you?
sickness.
Is it a coming bit?
No, I don't know what it was. Okay, let's do serious stuff.
No. You see how deflated you became? You need to take my workshop, my positive thinking comedy stand-up.
No, you see, is this-
I'm
is
not
this-
kidding. It's online.
Oh, Andy, I would love to take it.
Oh.
Would you mind walking us through it?
Well, look what you just did.
Okay,
look
hold on.
how you
Can we get some
sold yourself out.
Do we have any better music we can put in? How about Longest Day?
You sell yourself out, the audience is going to
Put some reverb.
check out.
Put some reverb.
You sell yourself
just
out.
Say what you believe.
You sell yourself out, the audience is going to check out.
Wow, that's
The audience,
sure.
the audience, if you say you're not funny, what are they going to conclude? You got to sell it, baby. Hey, I just flew in from L.A.
Don't
and
you?
I am tired of my material. And boy, am I tired of doing stand-up. I just flew in from L.A. and I got to tell you, boy, am I tired of this whole hideous nightmare we've trapped ourselves in.
Can I play something for you, which I think will get you?
And my arms are tired too from
from the literal flight
No,
of it.
because I master boo-booed on the plane. My arms are tired because I sexually pleasured myself on the plane. That would be a joke you could do up until about 10 years ago, and everybody would be fine. Boy, my arm's tired from the jerking off. Every comic who worked during that time period, from Sea to Shining Sea, would talk about masturbating. You couldn't get on a train if you didn't have 5 minutes of whack-em. And all of a sudden, I'm going to Pittsburgh and I'm playing whack-a-mole with my boom boom. All right, I'm done. I thought this, a podcast is not you playing old-timey music and telling me to vamp for 4 hours.
Okay, I want to ask you serious questions. I think are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time.
Okay. I want to.
As far as you know, and if I had a problem with you, you think I would tell you?
What do
You figure it out.
What upsets you? No,
Well,
I'm
what
kidding.
upsets me?
I don't care.
I'll tell you what upsets me.
Oh,
You want to
go
know what
ahead.
upsets me?
Yes.
People not backing our president. That's what, no. Hear me out. I'm not crazy about him. I don't love him. But he's our president. If he wants to bomb all of the countries and ban the people with the religions, who am I? I'm a patriot. That means I do whatever the idiot I have elected does. Because I care about this country. Even if it means hating black people,
You got to
keeping
do.
women down.
And marginalizing every group that needs the most help out of everybody.
Characterizing entire countries
Still.
as rapists and thieves.
And narrowing people down to any that has anything to do with outside the content of their character.
although I did have a bad night once in Rosarito.
But he's still the
See?
president of the
He's the
United
president.
States.
And people say he's stupid. Okay, he is stupid.
So
what?
He's still the president.
Maybe it's better that he's
Follow
stupid.
him blindly.
Look,
That's what smart people do.
there were both sides
Have
to the
good-
Holocaust. Both
you.
sides.
Hey,
There were good people on both sides.
both sides
of the Holocaust.
both sides.
Both sides.
Seriously, both sides.
Both sides.
There were both sides. There were two. There was good
I'm just
people.
saying, you know it,
And I
you
know it,
and
you know it,
and I know
I know it. There was good people
On both sides.
sides. And you
You know it,
and
I know it,
and
and
they
he
know
know
it,
it.
and everybody knows it.
Everybody,
You know it,
and I know it.
I know it, they know it, everybody knows it.
What are we, like Abbott and Costello
We're
without,
better. We're
without
better.
an ending?
We're better than them.
We're better than this.
If they were alive, would they? If they were dead, why are they? If they were so great, would they be dead?
No.
No, that's a good point. That's why this show's number one.
I can't believe that I missed the days, Todd, when racists at least admitted they were racist. At last, I mean,
Oh, they
call
get
me
so mad
old-fashioned.
at it.
Nobody-
Call me old-timey.
Can I tell you something?
Please
That's
call
why
me-
we should.
call me
I
old-timey.
don't want to get into a serious
No,
conversation.
call me old-timey.
I don't want to get into a
No,
serious.
but call me old-timey.
Oh, you're being old timey.
Just say, hey, old-timey.
Hey, old timey.
Too late. I'm sorry. I see the floor
Don't
back
be
to me.
sorry.
No, I'm sorry. That's one of my problems in therapy. I'm on Prozac. I'm on Adderall.
You're on two.
One, two things.
Okay.
Up and down, up and down.
What are you on right now?
Daddy needs to get up in the morning. I'm on Prozac every day. Why are you? What are
Do
you?
what?
What are
Do-
you conducting a?
What are you afraid I give a
focus
sh-
group?
Yes. Why a Prozac? Does it help?
What are you coming up with contraindications for my medicine? Yeah, no, I'm on Prozac for about a year and a half, and I'm in therapy twice a week.
I know, and
I'm a different person. Different person.
Can I ask you? Is it?
I'm a better person than you, is what I'm learning.
Well, it doesn't seem like you're
Yes,
learning that much.
yes. I know. But what therapy
Why do you
has
have to
taught
make
me
it a
is why they're against me. I now know why.
Oh,
I now know why. I can act on it. It took me a year to realize I should be more bitter. Who?
Oh, that's what therapy did for you?
Yes, the kind of therapy I have.
Oh.
It's called "Fuck You, Get Over It." It's called "Fuck You, Stand Up and Be a Man." It's one of those. It's an offshoot of Iron John. No one remembers that. Robert Bly, Iron John. All the men would go into the woods and they put on a thing. But America doesn't need this. America. We have to ban 70-year-old white people until we can figure out what's going on. What are they? What is it? Dementia? We must ban all white people. Due process, schmoo process. Due process. I got your due process right here. What are we running? I gotta tell. Oh, you're fleeing a country. Oh, I guess I believe it now because you're crying and you're wearing torn remnants of a garment. Oh, do you think we're running a hospitality suite? Stay the fuck out. If you're brown, don't even try it. If you're black, only if you're a kind of a black person who's a good, like a boxer, something like that. I can't even do Trump. I want to do things that he would say.
Can I tell you something? You're well. That's good. You got sick, but
don't tell me what to do.
I'll tell you. Don't.
I do characters. You are a bigot.
You have a new one.
I do characters. You judge people. I saw Birdcage 9 times. And I don't care what you say. Flamboyant is the way to go sometimes. I'm sorry, I blew it. I hate when I hate the expectation that I'm going to bring it to the next level.
What I have for you right now, and I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna.
Oh, everyone loves your Jackie Gleason impression. What do you? I'm getting meaner every second. It's like I'm telling myself more mean. Oh, great.
And you're not. That's the funny thing. You're probably saying the opposite. You're like, don't just engage Todd sometimes.
Right.
But engage him because you agree with pretty much everything he says. So just engage him, and then when the minute it comes out of my mouth, you go. Bah, 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 bah. But I love it. I'm happy as I could be. You can do no wrong
because you're not self-aware.
Well, thank you.
That's the blessing of having serious emotional problems.
I want you.
And I don't want. First of all, I'm not doing a thing about the person who's too defensive. I'm not making a comment about mental illness.
No.
When I say your friend Eddie's blah blue blah blue blah blah blue blue blah blue. I'm not making a judgment when I ask you, is your grandmother still? Oh. I call the loony bin out of respect. What are you conducting? You're like the world's worst conductor. You don't know. Can't read music. You look puzzled, but you're always queuing up something. It's like you're Murray the K. It's 1955, and you're looking for the big. Hey, kids, Dennis Miller here. Tell you,
Hey, you're going to bring and a swing spray. It's like Gloria Stefan's babysitter on a morphine drip at the Halloween party in Kugelgorf.
I got the libs. Can't even do it.
Okay.
What is that? What does that light mean?
Shut up your face.
The
real version. I want to get you fired up. You just give me 3 minutes.
Okay. This is the greatest thing I've ever.
Okay, listen to the real version.
Yeah.
When I was a boy, just about the 8th grade, Mama used to say, don't stay out late with the bad boys. Always shoot the pool, Giuseppe, when the flunk at school. That's my mama talk all the time. Boy, to making me sick, all the thing I gotta do. I can't get no kicks. Follow stupid rules. Boy, they're making me sick. Just to make a lousy buck. That I feel like a fool. That's right. Mama used to tell me, oh, what's the matter with you?
Hey!
Gotta notice me.
Hey!
What do you think you do?
Hey!
Why you looking so sad?
Hey!
It's not so bad.
Here's the line.
Shut up in your face.
Now, shut up in your face. You were here on the show, and you were like,
that was tough
couldn't you
love.
keep it down a little?
Yeah, I was like.
So we took. So
you made a greatest hits.
I think we did.
Why don't you send me a fucking schedule?
We took your words and had them sang properly. No, the one with Lynn. He sang it.
Great. I fucking leave the valley for this dog and pony show.
I love the Todd Glass Show.
Another one where Lynn sang, why don't you mind your own business?
Yeah, it's not like a smooth running ship.
What is the matter with you? You're always talking so loud. Can't you act like a normal human being? I don't understand.
That's what he really said.
This way, so please would you be quiet?
So now we go to the instrumental version. And I know if we just sit here. What's a hand? Would you do this if somebody offered
Look
you?
to me, listen to me, Todd.
Is there some
I want
reverb?
to tell you the truth. This whole thing is not working out. Your whole bit is bringing back bits you did
I can't hear you.
before. Oh, you can't? Hey, Todd, why you say so? And who is the guy on your left? Where did Giuseppe go? I'm from Italy. Oh, don't you think I must be? I must be from Italy. Why, hey, stop it with your thing. It's funny when I make these Italian sounds. Everybody likes a pizza pie music.
If you,
What's the matter, you?
why you gotta talk when I have my friends out? Would you just keep it down a little bit, but still have fun?
Why do you have to verbalize everything in your mind? Can't you keep it in your pants?
Why can't you?
Shut up your face, and I'm gonna punch you in the gut, and you'll shut up your nose. And I hope you get a terminal breathing disease.
Listen to what I'm saying. I don't like ad-libbing songs. I think it's a good idea when I'm putting the show together. Then when I get out here in the barn, it's quite hard to think of things, and I do it this way. Maybe it's not an excuse, but I couldn't think of anything.
Well, you know, Todd, sometimes you go back to the well too many times. Don't go back to the well so many times. Sometimes you should let the bit go many times. Why don't you let the bit go?
Run from.
Oh, that's what he thought. That was a dig to you. He's saying, I don't think you can handle that
What do you?
bit.
Who?
Oh, you feel it, guys?
Oh! I'm not gonna. You're not gonna. You're not gonna.
Whoa! That was a low blow. Not you, John. When he said
Ah!
run from the bit, he's like,
You just threw your face in the mud.
I don't get it though. I still like the song.
Oh, you want the song? Let's put.
No, I said I like the song regardless.
What's run?
I
from...
don't take things personally like you do.
Oh, is that what your therapist
You have
taught
a-
you? Hi, I go to therapy.
You go. I'm like you. Let's go to Izzy's, and you're like, I can't go to Izzy's. Roger Stone might be there.
Yeah, let me ask you a question about your therapy that you go to because you're so
Oh,
enlightened.
that's mean.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It means a lot to me.
Be the guy who insults me, but the minute I insult you back, even if it's light, you go big at me.
Okay.
The minute I give you anything, you get all
Okay.
you're all upset. Okay, here you go.
What's the-
But you go big at me first.
Like, cut the. What am I saying?
You just say Todd Glass, and then I go, and then you always go meaner to me, but I don't go light to you, and
I
you get.
swear to God, I'm having an out-of-body
It's
experience.
okay. I go. Okay, you go.
This is when I was in that comedy group Mice.
Listen, you did this bit one night hanging out late at night. So you would say to me, hey, Todd, your career, blah, blah, blah. And I would go, a little insult to you. I don't want to do it now because I want to leave some surprise.
Okay.
And then you acted so, whatever I do was below the belt.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
here we
yeah.
go.
Okay,
And
so-
mine's light. Okay, so go. Give
Todd,
me a rough one.
Todd, sometimes, there's no law against writing a new joke. You know what I'm saying?
At least I don't stay at my mom's when I go home to visit for the holidays.
My father died
Oh, I
in
didn't.
January of 2015. You know that, right?
Oh, I you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't.
So
know
what
that.
do I do? I go back to my mom. She's alive. If you call what she's doing, living.
You like doing unstrange Rodney Dangerfield sounds and getting the drum beat. And my mother, she's not doing anything. You have any desire to do that?
What's that?
You have any desire to do that?
No, but I do. This isn't a bit or anything, but
Oh, it
my
isn't?
friend told me about
Boom.
this. Can't you? Can't you let the strings go for a second?
Okay, to George Carlin, I'm 100% yours. The rest of the show, I'm going to
forgot.
let him play what he wants, unless I ask him
No, this
for
is my
something.
problem. My problem now is that and I'm wondering if it could be the pot.
Whatever you're doing is great.
No,
You're
but I
pl-
forget. I'm starting to forget every previous sentence.
Guess what? It's okay. Can I tell you
Guess what? It's
seriously?
okay.
You're
That part I got. That's the worst. That's when you know I'm starting to lose it. You said microphone. You said show. Your show. You talked about a podcast.
Do you want to try the 80s, the guys, the Morning Zoo?
Sure.
It's a lot of work.
Well, I don't. I mean, I used to do the I used to do without a double act.
Oh, you
I
want
used to do
just
the,
do it yourself. We have some music we can play.
I used to do this character about the DJ who's trying to be funny, but he's not funny. He just has the rhythm of a comedian.
What can we play? Any music in the background or anything? That's like hey,
all right. 65 degrees downtown Los Angeles. Coming up in a half hour, we're giving away some Aerosmith tickets.
And then they flush a bit. Maybe people call and they flush that down the toilet.
You know, I think that the problem.
What if we?
I think the problem with the way you do these bits. First of all,
okay.
I don't know if you're charging enough. I don't know. I think it's it's more sad than it is upsetting that you would go to. You insist on going to, let's do the toilet bowl sound on the 80s. No. And what did you do? You were like your light bulb went off. The bathroom. Maybe I'll get some mileage out of that.
I think there is something fun.
Hey, Todd, you know I never liked No, don't make him do more. Let him, Todd. Why do you have other people in your life if you're just want a robot?
I love the drops. I'm not going to lie to you.
You are the Carrot Top of sound effects.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you ever? I saw a show in Vegas. It was great. I'm serious. That is actually to George Carlin a true statement. I went and it was I was like high candy sitting in that crowd. All those visual effects.
Eye candy.
I said hi.
Did you say eye candy? What is the matter with you? What happened
I said
to you?
high candy, not eye.
High candy?
High candy is when something's so visually appealing that it makes you. It's when
you say hello to it.
No, what?
High candy.
Oh no! Shut up.
You say eye candy, right? Eye.
Hi. Fresh air. It's high.
It's a play
candy.
on the
he knows.
term.
He knows.
Eye candy.
Do you have
No,
nieces?
Eric. No.
Do you have
no.
nieces and nephews?
Not living. No, but they were all alive. I just felt like being mean at that moment. Not that I know of. Oh yeah. Oh, but what I was going to tell you is that Rodney Dangerfield album. My friend told me these jokes from the and I've never heard this album, but these jokes where he's like, "Hey, I'm going to everybody these days is going to business with their father. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm business with my father." And it's like a.
He had a period where
It sounds amazing.
If you go further back, where he did more, it wasn't the one-liners. I mean, it was.
He was always great,
but it wasn't one-liners, and it were more stories. And I think this might be from that era. Like I remember one of the specific jokes, and this is more, basically stand-up material. And then I think as he got older, they became shorter and shorter and shorter. By the time I remember seeing him, he was doing one-liners. But this is before then, and it was like jokes like, "Oh, I'll tell you, you're getting old. You're getting old when your family talks in front of you. Hey, everybody, what are we gonna do with Pops? Pop just sits there drooling. Hey, put him in the garage. We got company coming. Like now, that's a stand-up piece. That's not just a one-liner.
He is. He's. I would say there's nobody funnier than.
What
Rodney
about
Dangerfield.
to leave that mark on? To leave that mark on stand-up comedy, like that's crazy. You're 10 years old.
I expect to surpass him.
You're 10 years old or 11. You want to be a stand-up comic, and then when you leave the planet, which is sad as it is, nobody wants to leave. That's the imprint you leave on stand-up comedy.
What if it wasn't that? What if you left
any imprint is
and
great.
it was Rip Taylor?
Well, you know what? His is pretty good too, actually.
Oh, you'll defend anybody gay now?
No.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how you've changed. Unbelievable. And I was one of the people who wasn't that upset about you turning your back on normalcy. I was, no. Of course, nobody liked you. Yes, it was. We were worried.
This is what was going on behind my back.
Right. Oh.
So you were the one, and you were more okay with it than most people.
Look, I didn't like it.
Yep. But you were. I was a friend.
Oh, those were the old days. Oh, we were the bad people then because we judged people on the basis of their sexual choices. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we were the bad guys.
Oh, by the way, I figured out a new thing that people do, and I'm not going to say left or right because I don't even know what it is. I just talk issue. To me, there's an issue, and you're either taking one side of the issue or the other. Pretty much. That's all. It's just an issue. I'm not Democrat, not Republican, and I'm not being flippant. It is not a Democrat Republican. Just issue. There's a new thing that people do.
Put that in when you do your memoir.
Okay,
Get that part in. No, are you not going to do it? Okay.
Of course I'll do it. You can't stop me. I'm like you, but lighter.
You know what? You know what? Let me tell you one thing.
I'm like you, but
I know it's
more.
over. It's over for me.
Oh,
I don't fucking know what you say. I mean,
no.
this fucking arrogant.
Do you worry about it?
You fucking assholes in your podcast. You fucking bullshit, man. We smoked pot before Doug Benson was 2. I'm all right. Back to the show. No, don't forget what you were saying. You're right in the middle of saying something.
It's okay.
No,
what
but
you have to say is better.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not. To George
You've
Carlin, I'm
changed.
not.
You've changed.
Shut up.
No,
I can't compliment you and have you insult me.
Ever since
what?
you lied to God, you have changed. When you broke your ever since you broke your promise to God, you have changed.
Okay, so you wanted to hear me.
I mean, there's swishy, and then there's. I'm getting tired because you
Don't
said
be
because he
tired.
has a running bit where he says, "Don't say anything about gays tonight."
Oh yeah, I pulled him out.
He does that all the time.
At the front door when he went out to get something out of his car. When he came back in and you guys were in the kitchen, I like took his arm. I went, "Ease up on the fucking gay shit." Seriously. He
Well,
always gets a good laugh
because
out of it.
it was funny when you had the $100,000 logo development deal. For you had it for a pilot and for 3 things that were fabulous. Like 70s. If you here's the thing, if
Okay.
you watch I love Johnny Carson, but if you watch back in those days, they were so homophobic.
Of course.
Back in the and it was right. No, but you can't. They were so obsessed with it too.
Yeah.
Like doing like
It was obsessed is the right word. It's better than just giving. I think we have to stop using any words, homophobic or racist, because they fall on deaf ears. It doesn't matter if people know what those words mean. I do. I really do think, but still stop using them. It's better using the clean verbiage like you just said. They were obsessed with it because that someone can chomp at that without getting. If you say homophobic, they think you'd hurt a homophobic. No. Obsessed with it. Just a clean adjective. And they were. You can't deny they were obsessed with it. Probably because there wasn't honest conversations going on around it. So through comedy, it just was a way to express it.
But it wasn't just homophobia. There was a lot of sexism.
Oh,
and
of course.
racism and
Everything. People used to put in buck teeth and do an egregious impersonation of a Chinese person, and then you would think the crowds would have run out in hordes, just going, "Oh my God!" Like I'm all right with the great. No, we'd sit there, even us.
a lot of ex-wife jokes and the shine the
Yeah.
shoes Sammy jokes. And,
I don't mind. Look, I don't mind that you. I don't mind that you're gay.
What?
I rarely think about it.
Yeah, it seems like you do.
Yeah.
Does he?
But let me a little word of advice. I don't know. I forgot what I was going to do.
I was going to talk about something, and it had to do with. Remember back then, you were like, "Don't forget what you were going to say." It had to do with. It was a point. I wanted to make a point. I'm not going.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Doesn't
No, please do, because you were right in the middle of a point.
It had to.
Now this is where you're these hangers on
You said
who are sucking you dry for the last 5 years. God forbid somebody should have a thing up.
Steve Fine Arts is his own person, and so is Eric and Aaron Simon.
No, but someone could have this loaded and ready to go.
John
Well,
would be
don't
the
blame
guy.
Steve. He doesn't even listen.
Steve doesn't even listen to the show. He has a buzzer he has a ship horn. You know a ship horn? And if he hears his name mentioned on a podcast, a ship horn goes off at his house, and he runs and he does a search on all the podcasts. So he'd hear that in his living room, and he goes, "Steve Fine Arts alert! Steve Fine Arts alert!" And then he scans all the podcasts, and he finds out where his name is mentioned.
I hope that you will never get the time back.
This is your
that
career.
You worked,
This
that
is
you
your
worked
career.
on that bit and constructed.
No, I
it.
didn't. No, to
Do you
George
find it
Carlin.
odd that the drummer? You must be funny because the drummer has fallen asleep and has not thought once
Give me
to
a-
punctuate.
give me a little
and hasn't
something.
thought once to punctuate whatever you've said.
Give me a little something.
He
over
doesn't
there.
know with you.
There you go.
Here's what Todd does. Like,
Hey.
yeah, and because I like to eat a carrot. Let me tell you, I'm not going to make that call.
My sister's not too good either. Okay, so Rodney Dangerfield. Was it about that? No.
No, it was about that though. It was. It was around that time.
It was about back
Nobody in this
You said he pulled you over and said don't do the gay material, and then that made you think of Johnny Carson, and that's how his name came up, and then we sidetracked to talk.
It's all good.
No, that they were obsessed with it. They were obsessed with it back then.
Oh, yeah, that was a good enough point because I.
But wait a second. When you said "oh" to yourself right
Yeah.
then, you sounded like you were reminded of something, but I think you were faking it.
I was.
Right?
Because I know what? It brought up some other memory, but not the one I wanted, the point I had to make. But I was happy because you know what? If that's all that came out of that was that clean verbiage of they were obsessed with it, I'm happy to once again prove don't use words like homophobic that embodies 10 different
Right.
things. Call the specific behavior that it is. And that's a great way to have a conversation about that. As far as they were obsessed with that. And then the question is why. There's no doubt they were obsessed with it. It was everything. That's all everything was gay.
No, because I think that but look, the thing that's weird about life is it's unbelievable that we've lived this long. I'm older than everybody in this room. What is this?
I didn't
What
ask
is this?
you.
What is this? What are you doing? Red Skeleton bits?
Moving the bottle of water.
What are you doing? Dean
Fuck
Martin?
Red Skeleton.
Skeleton.
Fuck Red, whatever his name was. Fuck
His
him.
name was Red Skull.
Everybody should be clean. If you curse, you're dirtying the pool. You know what? Your little gimmick isn't cleaning it up too much either. You think curses are the only bad sounds? What about your cheesy little dumb act?
I know your
is that
rage
bad?
against Red Skeleton is
Well,
going to take off.
Thank you.
I absolutely. It's like you know people.
Steve Allen too.
Steve Allen.
Yeah, fuck him. Yeah, these old guys. When I was growing up and they were 70 and had their opinions on comedy. And maybe tell you something. Hold on. I am going to make this into talk about what I talk about all the
I
time.
like is it like you acting like someone is trying to stop you from talking. Hold on. No one who's interrupting you.
When I was
Wait a second. That's your whole shtick.
When I was
No.
When I was 18 or 19, Steve Allen wouldn't shut up about how bad comedy was. When I was 22, I heard him. When I was 24, 25. And he was 70, he was hitting 70, 72, 73. And you know what it is? The reason I'm obsessed with it is because I didn't want to turn around and do that. I thought probably the best way not to turn around and talk about how bad comedy is stay aware of what it is. Go out, watch new comedy, so when you make an opinion on it, at least you know what the fuck you're talking about. Steve Allen didn't check out what was going on in the 80s and 90s and not like it. He wasn't even out. He listened to the radio and listened to TV. And from then, he made his dissertation on what stand-up comedy was, which was not what it was. So I don't want to do that now.
Yeah,
and that's what I see guys like. A lot of guys as they get older, they have this opinion on comedy, and it's not based on that they're really out there seeing what's going on. Otherwise, they would realize it was good. So that's the problem.
Nobody's funny but me.
Steve Allen annoyed me, and I don't want to turn into that. Steve Allen annoyed me. I fucking hated it. And the problem with comedy today is what, you old fuck?
Now,
and
here's
then I
the thing.
watched some of my contemporaries turning into that.
Why
Is
don't
that
you
the right
just,
word?
Why don't you just tell me directly? I mean, seriously. You don't have to, everything doesn't have to be an intervention.
Stop it. What are you going to say about?
What were we talking? What was it? What were you talking?
You always have a beef with Jerry Seinfeld. What is it?
No. What
Something's on your mind.
What were we talking about though?
Steve Allen.
Steve Allen. Okay, here's the thing. Steve Allen. What happened to
We have
him?
a jingle for what you just said. Let's play
Jesus
it, then
Christ! Do you have any? You have live comedy.
Go ahead. What we were talking about. Go ahead.
Why don't you release this on another label?
What should I do with this? What's wrong with releasing it here?
Tell me one more time what we're talking about because I'm blocking it.
Steve Allen.
Okay, Steve Allen. Yeah, what happened to him was like almost sociopathic because he was a defender of Lenny Bruce. He couldn't become more of a. He couldn't have become more of a hypocrite, and he just became like. He made the decision that nobody should ever use a word that he didn't like, and he became. And so I think something. I think it was like.
Well, I
wrong
think
with
they're
him.
the most dangerous guys that were on the right side. You know why? I
still
really, I
alive.
mean this. I really do mean this. I think the danger. I shouldn't say. Look, it's always better to be more open-minded and have your legacy be that you fought for the right cause. But the reason it's dangerous, or you need to pay attention, is a lot of times guys will read their resume. They're trying to say, "Hey, I'm a fair guy," and forget about the ones that are lying. Let's talk about the ones that are being honest. They'll be like, "Fuck, in 1972, I was like fighting for gay rights and women's rights," and they were. They're the most dangerous when they go off and then they start not being on the right side of the history because what they're saying is, I fought for this, and they did. I fought for that, and they did. I dragged people into decency here, and they did. But then they're saying, so now, could I be wrong? Yes. If you think that gives you a blind, because you can give your resume, and overwhelmingly, when you were younger, you were on the right side of the history, even when you were 50, it doesn't mean that you can go off the rails. It means, okay, I'm giving you credit. You were on the right side of the history. And then sometimes people think he does have a pretty good track record in his past. Yeah, guess what? I'm proud of you that you kept it up. But guess what? You went off the rails.
Are you talking about Bill Maher?
Yes, a little bit. Yes.
Well, that is Bill Maher, for sure.
Yes, of course I am. And
But
let me tell you
he was
something.
always kind of an asshole.
People should know what it looks like, because when you put a litmus test, I think when you're on the wrong side of history and you're a comedian, I think it looks like you look, one of the things we do as comedians is we're supposed to put a litmus test on absurdity. And when your view is that absurd, it's like going into a room with your dick hanging out and going, hey, you know what I noticed? Well, what's weirder than that? No one will listen to you when your dick is hanging out on stage going, you know what I noticed? I noticed this. Isn't this fucked up? I saw a guy at the gym. He had his music, and your dick's hanging out, and you're going, hey, you know what I hate when you're at the supermarket? Wait. Nothing you're saying is odder than your dick hanging out on stage.
This is not a bad bit, though.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it's pretty solid.
And I think that's what it's
Not
like.
with your penis.
Let's
Unless you want the bit to be attractive and funny. All right, I'm going to do penis jokes. No, wait a second.
No.
Oh, I guess we're finished, right?
We're finished.
God damn it.
Why?
Look, I'm smoking pot because you made me do it.
Can we go to the bathroom?
Hey, later tonight, we're going to fuck it up GOP style, and we're just going to separate children from their mothers. All night long. Watch out, La Cienega. Hey, 65 degrees downtown Los Angeles.
Ooh, time to be right back.
That's right, everybody.
Yeah. Time to be right back.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Girl, time to be right back. Time to be right back.
Andy Kindler's with us for this crazy episode. Wow.
We'll be right back. Oh, we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
When we come back, a song from Alec White.
Arts and Crafts with Flutes Legal.
My friend Vinny listens to the show on the subway. He's a big fan of yours. Can you give him a shout out?
Hey, Vinny!
Hey, Vinny!
Hey, Vinny! What am I? That guy?
He listens on the train and he acts like he can control himself. He goes, oh, if I get laughing on the train, I can still act civil. Yeah? You want to fucking bet?
Nice comment.
Yeah.
Nice comment.
Yeah, nice comment.
I mean you, Todd. You, not
Oh,
them.
me? Oh.
He seems like a nice guy. You're way off base. And now a bing, bang, bing, bing, boom. Bing, bang, bing, bing, boom. Oh, all right, we'll be back. You're listening to the Todd Glass Show, and we're going to pretend like he has sponsors or something. He's like, oh, this is Todd, ever since he was a small child, he said, oh, could you please pretend that I have my own show? He loves it. We'll be right back, folks. We're going to think, who are you fucking taking a break for? No one's listening in real time. All right, we'll be right back. So please take the time, the actual 3 minutes. I asked Todd for a Kleenex. Look what he gave me. Joke
I
tissue.
gave him toilet paper. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
No. Have you tell him we're going to take a break?
What are you doing to the counter? Put your shit away.
I will.
To George Carlin, everybody. He's got a little brown bag. Everything was in there. He took out a piece of paper,
One
his
at a
cell
time.
phone, his Kit Kat bar, his nature bar, whatever it is, his headphones, crumpled up headphones, literally to George Carlin, everything I'm mentioning, more tissue, a bad thing of Tic Tacs, to George Carlin, another power bar, to George Carlin. And also another, this is like I'm going to eat this. Oh, this is a Kind bar. Yeah, you know what? I wish they kind of would have put more flavor in them.
Here's for a blank paper in case I come up with ideas.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right.
I still haven't pulled the joint out of it yet.
I'm going to eat this.
Continuity, baby. Continuity, baby.
Sure. You know, I did a show and I met this person. They came up in Minneapolis at the Royal Comedy Club, and he was a podcast listener, and he had a bow tie on. And then when almost all the crowd left, he went back up. The band came back on, and he just did a song for like the 25 people that were still in the crowd. And then and it was great. Everybody loved it. It was the last night, and then he sent this in.
Our humble host, as always, Todd Glass.
I know it has my name in it.
He'll do it big.
He put all this in there.
Explain it clear. And so we play his weekly podcast. His guests, Todd's comic friends, do every bit. They're never assholes.
Wow.
So hold hands.
What?
And stop the band. It's the Todd Glass Show.
Is it bad? It's my name and I like it.
Yes, there were shows.
What?
Shut the fuck up. Where Todd got lost. He had to run from the bits. When there was doubt, edit it in, edit it out. He gives his all and stands up tall. It's the Todd Glass Show. We've laughed.
What? There's more. Shut the fuck
shit
up.
Our pants.
Wow.
And sure, at times it's been confusing. But now we breathe fresh air, which makes it all seem more amusing. We sing praise to our host, and may I say,
Wow. This is an award. I think it's basically they're giving me an award.
it's pure joy.
What? Thank you.
Each time we go to the Todd Glass Show. For who is Todd Glass? What has he got? His last name's Glass. First name is Todd. He says the things he truly feels and does the bits that make us squeal. The record shows.
Wow.
The Todd's a pro. It's the Todd Glass Show.
Wow. That was real.
That was beautiful.
That somebody put their heart and soul into that, right?
Yeah.
And then he did that at the end of the show. It was so 25 people hung out. He goes up on stage. He's got a drink. I should put the video on the YouTube on whatever.
So he had written the song for you.
That he just sent into the show, but the song he did after the show is just song he turned to the band. You know, they didn't have to talk to you. He goes, "Hey, can you give me this beat?" And he just did this.
You know, I just want to say, and I mean this from my heart. You tell a great story.
Is there a bowl?
Hey, Andy, I wrote this for you. I hope you like it.
I'm good on that.
I'm going to sing it live. You mind?
I'd love.
There's a new guest
Shut
on
up.
the show today, and we hope that he will enjoy his stay. Listeners,
What?
pass the time away listening to the show. You've heard his state of the industry address.
I got fooled.
Afraid to insult with the best, and he's here now, sitting with Todd Glass. Brings his A game every time. The listeners say, Andy, you're a fine guest. What a good guest you will be. Now you're here on the Todd Glass Show with everybody. Andy.
I
That was
I
bang bang boo.
I
I say go say foo hoo.
I say a hoo hoo. I I say a wee wee woo.
I say the
woo.
ha-ha.
I say, can it be seen?
I say the ho-ha.
I say a wow, 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 wow. I say a ho, ho.
I say the friend, you're a kind girl. I'm a kind wife. Yellow man.
You're fine.
It's just an old-fashioned love song.
Anybody could sing is what we're saying.
No, I thought that was the best song of that time period. It's just an old-fashioned love song, sung out in three-part harmony.
It's just an old-fashioned love song playing out in three-part.
That was an actual goddamn hit.
Ba 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 boom, ba 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 boom, ba 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 boom. So was that. Who gives a shit?
Hey,
Fuck
yeah.
You.
Hey, fuck you if you think music's going to be good, you asshole.
Yeah. Next time
Hey.
somebody says new music sucks, you know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
I'm going to take ba 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 boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, and punch him in the face with it.
Hey, chicka boom, boom, boom,
Chicka
shut
boom,
your
boom,
fucking
boom,
mouth.
Chicka boom, boom, boom. Keep your opinion to yourself.
Asshole.
Don't you just love it when you chicka boom, chicka boom. This girl we knew when we were younger, she chipped her bone. That was the story on the street to George Carlin. So my brother Michael kept singing, don't you love it when you chip a bone, don't you just
Like
love
I said,
it when
I didn't
you
think you
chip
could-
a bone, chip a
I didn't
bone.
think you could follow the last anecdote. And look what you did. It's
You know what?
unbelievable.
Nah,
It's
that's a good
unbelievable.
one. You
What
would-
is it about, though?
What?
Your
It's a true
anecdote,
story. It
your
doesn't have to
stories
be
need
about
more
anything.
hot.
It
You need
doesn't-
more hot. Horatio. Well, who are you? Horatio Algier? I found out your goddamn drummer doesn't even play the drums
I know.
over there.
We felt bad. We didn't want to tell you.
Well, that's stupid. That's just mean.
Dude, George
It's like a
Carlin.
horrible joke on me. Hey, you know, it takes what this kid's doing is good.
Can I tell you something? We never, to George Carlin, I don't think anyone ever, most people just know that he's back there, but a lot of them come from the board. But you're right. Like, I saw you would turn him and you were complimenting him, and I felt bad. Do I go, oh, that's not actually him playing? He can't play. You know, the most he can do is this. Do what you do.
I like that. But why the
Because
roost?
because
you have to have a roost.
Because you have
feel
to
happy?
give a good rim shot. You do the best you can do. Not bad.
That-
And do the fake one. Do a few fake ones. Do more.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something.
What?
They don't not. That's not necessarily fake. Those could have been sampled.
Do you think you did the nice? Because they were going to use what you said for their opening of their show about his show all about
I didn't do the
dogs,
hot
so-
dog show.
I know.
Let's do it.
All you heard is feel. No, I thought they could use what we did already.
Oh, what is a bug on me?
Oh, guess what? Now you know what it's like.
What is
Then
this,
Now you know what your state of the industry is. There's a bug and you replace it.
Oh, I haven't taken a shower since Shavuos. And I'm the bad guy.
Hey, you don't think that all people are equal and there should be a hierarchy in the chain and there should definitely be men should be higher than women, but then you say that, but now you feel, oh, now I'm the bad guy?
Right. Hey, if God wanted everyone to have equal rights, they would have been born that way. He would have made that system. Hey, if God didn't want us to pick on the others,
He would have made us not want to.
he wouldn't live so long.
Right. What?
He should live so long.
Hashtag first world
Oh.
problems.
What's that?
Hashtag first world problems.
First world problems. Hashtag first world problems.
First world problem.
I cut you off, though. You had to think for 1 second.
Oh, that was
And I
rude.
cut you off.
No, he doesn't
No,
care.
I was going with free speech, but
Free
I
speech.
like the upgrade.
Hashtag first world. Hey, hashtag first world problems.
Hashtag first world problem.
Hashtag must be nice.
Ha ha ha. Hashtag leave me alone.
Hashtag.
That's what they all mean. Leave me
Hashtag-
alone.
You imperialist pig who owns a donut shop. Why don't you shove it up your Marxist ass?
You're stuckus.
I mean, your fascist ass.
See, it's hard. Listen to this drummer right here. Listen to the one you just did. Now you do that. Now, now you do yours, John. With the ones you have. We have others too. We have a new piano string. You're gonna knock your socks off.
Yeah, that's what you know. What it's about? It's about you getting more gadgets.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't like them?
I write jokes. Boom,
Let me
bang,
hear one of,
boom.
And you don't think one of your jokes followed by one of my gadgets could bring the harmony?
Now you're talking, pal.
Give me one of your things and we'll play
Okay.
something. Now, John, I don't know what you're going to play, but make it good. He's
right,
going to
you
say
ready?
something funny. Let's follow it up with, even if it's a promo for the show.
Hey, they say, they say happy wife, happy life. What kind of a sociopath are you that you need a rhyme to remember to treat your wife decently?
John, that was perfect. It gave that what it deserves.
Why do
So
I
what do you
feel
have, something you're gonna
why
insult
do I-
me?
No, I feel like you're gonna make me leave with photo booth or something. Everything with you is a scam.
Let me tell you something, Andy. That's all I do with improv. That's
Right.
all. After that, leave me the fuck alone.
Fair use.
Thank
Here's you in the edit bay. It's fair use.
That's me arguing over the songs that I use.
Oh, well, you used all of Frank Sinatra's 4 albums. Fair use. Fair use.
Oh, I played the whole album.
Fair use.
Fair use.
Then afterwards, I went, yeah, not as good as it originally was. now it's a bit.
Oh, jeez. You want to do something fun?
Yeah. You mean like another podcast? Oh, I got you, baby. Bing, bang. Shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em up.
It's the Todd Glass Show, everybody. Andy Kindler.
Get enough of this podcast. It's the Todd Glass Show. Baby, don't you know the producer sits behind glass? It's the Todd Glass Show. Andy Kindler.
Andy Kindler.
Let me ask you, don't you think that just bangoozled what you said? It was funny, but when he came in with that, that's what we need.
I'm fairly certain that bangoozled is not a word.
Andy, I'm going to level with you. I need to make some promos right here.
Okay.
Hey,
you're listening to the Hot Dog Show.
No.
Hi.
I just need you to be funny.
Hi,
and-
you're listening to
Can
songs.
you be funny?
Can I at least tease something? You're listening to songs about hot dogs. Hey, do you want to hear a specific song? Then call up or something. Hey, you're listening. Are you listening or watching? Are you watching? You're listening to songs about hot dogs.
Right.
And if you thought it was another show, you are sadly mistaken.
What you just gave him is the opening to his podcast. So puts music under it. Boom.
Why don't I just write your act, these guys' acts?
Yeah, why don't you?
Move in and get a seminar.
And
Why don't I
clean-
just give every goddamn secret from the Kindler
What
vault?
secret? What's name one secret? you
Timing.
gave? Name one secret.
Timing.
Name.
Insulting people more successful
What do
than
you?
me.
What do you? You and
That's
Letter-
my
hey,
angle.
You and Letterman talk.
I can't tell you that.
Come on.
And that means I
Come on,
we don't. We don't.
He put
If
you
I
in that
would,
montage.
If I did have an email or something, I know I would have abused it by now.
Who would you? Oh, you
Hi,
showed
dear
everybody.
Dave, I know show's over, but I just wanted to say again, I hope it's not weird or anything for me emailing you, but I just wanted to say, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, that was the best years of my life. What are you? What are you and Harry doing? Okay, I'll follow up. I would love it if Todd died right now. And it'd be such a great story.
That was so funny. The fantasy of you emailing him with really nothing to talk about. I
Right.
think I gave it the proper. My stomach hurts. I think these people were just.
They you know what?
Reinhardt's. When's he?
Oh, yeah, big
when's
shot.
he ever did
Big
anything?
shot.
What if he's not laughing at that? I'd like to know what he is.
Find
laughing.
what he is laughing
And he was
at.
laughing, by the way. That's the thing. That's how hard I am on everybody.
He's laughing at the. You know what he's laughing at?
Don't paint the picture that no one's laughing. Everybody's laughing. It's just that I want people to take swings at each other. I want you guys to laugh so hard that you turn around and kick Steve Feinartz in his face, just to teach him a lesson. That's how much I think.
I won't be happy, babe, till everybody has a grand.
Why are you angry?
Grand mal seizure. Papa.
Are you Dennis Miller? Dennis Miller's on the phone, actually, for real. This is true.
No, what do I do? I give you the phone?
No, you talk to
Oh.
Dennis Miller. Move
Hey, Todd
no,
Glass.
hold on. Move away from your mic so it
Hey,
sounds
Todd-
more real.
What?
Is this Dennis Miller?
Yeah, how's it going, Todd?
Oh shit!
Todd,
It really is
baby.
Dennis Miller. It is-
Todd, baby.
Hey Dennis, how you doing? I
You,
thought this
not so good with your liberals.
was... What's you?
You fucking liberals.
Why?
You know?
What's got you? What's got your goat?
Oh, this person can't get an operation. I'm so sad.
Is this Dennis
Fuck,
Miller?
do I have to pay for it? So people will die. What's so wrong about it?
Dennis.
I'm sorry I'm not doing the voice today.
Oh, well,
I'm sick of that voice. You think I like doing that? You think I like doing that? Dennis Miller voice, babe? Hi, babe. Choo choo cha cha choo
yeah,
choo.
you're tired of it sometimes. You just want to talk as you.
Hey, Petticoat Junction called.
they
and,
want their petticoat back.
I bet you don't even know that show.
Yeah, I know that show.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Can I tell you?
The reference
Can I
is
tell you
that-
why I couldn't enjoy them?
What?
I think it was black and white, and I could never enjoy any show in black and white because I couldn't imagine I was there. Even if
love
the cars
things in
are old.
black. That's so crazy. I
No,
love things in black.
now
and white.
I didn't like MASH for years because I couldn't get past how shitty the intro was.
You just couldn't.
Well, how about the laugh track? They didn't want to laugh.
Well, they didn't want a laugh track, but they got it, especially.
Yeah, are they complaining in their summer homes in the Palisades? Oh, sorry, Larry Gelbart. I hope he's still alive. I hope I'm not saying something insulting.
No, you know what I think? I'm not sure. Why do I get the? I don't like to say I think somebody might.
You told me Hello, Larry was a better show than MASH.
No, I did. I did tell you.
You said he should have left. Jamie Farr, more like the same bed over close. I'm a comic who does material about MASH. Oh, I get it. I get it. What's my angle on it?
Can I hear? I always like to just try anything because I know you'll make fun of me, but so what? You'll end up doing it. But do you have that one bourbon, one Coke? Because in those songs, all you got to really do is talk about just talk. It's like you're singing, but yet, okay, do you have it? The one, give me the real version. I want to hear what
Have you
he's
ever
saying.
thought about writing on your own? You know what I'm saying? And then coming in
I
with
call Andy
coming
Kindler.
in with a finished piece.
You have it? All right, let me hear
Why
the-
are you on him all the time?
No interrupting. John doesn't appreciate. You know what?
I'm sorry, John.
You think you're trying to?
Hey, you're listening to songs about hot dogs.
Oh, you're really trying to be nice to him. You know why? Because you feel bad.
Hi,
You
I'm
wouldn't-
Andy Kindler doing a inappropriately flamboyant voice,
and you're
listening to songs about hot dogs. Songs about hot dogs. Hey, formally, if you landed here because you wanted to do Frank's Tunes, that show is no longer available. Frank's Tunes. But my show, Songs About Hot Dogs, as long as I can afford to upload something, you will have. When I started the show, I was not aware of how few songs there were about hot dogs.
But now I'm in over my head.
Should have researched. Yeah, many people said I should have thought about it before I picked the song, the subject matter. If I had gone with songs about love, I would still be. You know what I mean? I'd still be on C. I can't even believe it. How'd you get me at this hour?
Level? I tell
At
you,
this
if he doesn't
money?
make that the opening to the show, I think he's sick in his head. And then right after I just said that, right now, go to the show, the opening theme. Boom.
That would be amazing. Is it while we were recording it?
We just gave him the opening to the show. I hope he realized. John,
Why-
don't you think so?
Definitely.
Why do you make somebody in your presence? You're like Trump. Yeah, right? We made an opening
I'm
of your
like
show,
Trump.
right?
You're gonna tell me I'm like
I'm
Trump?
Donald Trump.
You think I'm like Trump?
I'm Donald Glass.
You know who you're like?
Todd
You know
Trump.
who you're like?
Who's
One of
that?
those guys that gives comedy classes. And
That's
not
right.
the good ones.
Hey,
The
hey, everybody!
best.
Thank you for coming today. And I'm Andy Kindler. And yes, I was on Letterman. It is sad. Now,
That's what you would do in the beginning of your class.
Before we begin-
to establish respect.
before we begin,
Okay, let me be. I'm gonna
please bring up your credit cards. That I will charge $750. At the end of which I'll say, "You can't teach comedy, you asshole." Thank you. One of those lines was currently in my act.
And you just got a $750 punishment for thinking there's a way around just Oh, by the way, I'm not against all classes.
How many more email things are you going to do where I don't understand what you're saying?
I have one. I think you understood.
Now I do.
Well,
Oh,
what do you
now
mean?
I do.
That's the name of my show.
Oh, sure, now.
Sure, it's called Now I Do.
Yeah, but when I forgot, see, when you
Who's the
forget-
funniest person you know? And don't say me. I really want to know who cracks you the fuck up. And don't say me.
I'm having a heart attack.
There's nobody. I
like millions of Zach Galifianakis. I love Ron Funches. I love Todd Glass.
No.
I
Isn't it
love-
true off the podcast you told me, and this is the truth. You'll probably make me edit that, but you know what? You said it.
Are you really selling that as a bit?
Well, what
you
should I
made
do?
your own
tell me,
sound effect?
Okay, you tell me what you want to do for this. What do you want to do for this show
What
to
are you
make
doing,
it
an
great?
air horn?
I'm turning the show over to you. What should you do? Help me make it. Help
take
me
your
make
goddamn name off of it. You want to do? I'm a broadcaster.
Okay, well, I'll take my.
You're just a guy who speaks into a Shure SM58. I'm a broadcaster.
Do you like that Assumption song? One of my producers told me that you really like that Assumption song.
Is that true? I don't know the song.
Oh, it's this song here.
There was an old farmer who lived on a rock. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings and
Here's
I
a
wish
guy that,
I could die.
Here's a guy that doesn't know how to do this song. He doesn't get the misdirection, so he just thinks it's that he keeps talking. So if I have it right, it would be like, do we have any? She came up to me at the mall. I looked at her up and down, then I punched her in her vagina. But I said, my name is Tom. No, hold on. It would be something like, so there and in the thing of the flock. Then he stuck it in my. Fuck this whole bit.
You know,
exhausted.
earlier today when you
I'm down
called
on
me,
my luck. I just had a bit knock over, and I'm taking responsibility.
No,
You sure you
but
want to throw a
earlier
punch at
today
me?
when you-
Hold on. I want to ask you a question. No. I just had a bit not go over, and I take full responsibility. Are you sure you want to take a punch at me during? I'm taking responsibility. I just threw this song. I had him play the song. It was an old lady. I go to deliver my comedy. I do bad.
You do what you do.
Oh,
Not everybody can bomb consistently.
But I can.
And not even do a bit about it.
I'm going to play this the rest of the show. It's the way I want my show to be. In truth, be told, I'm happier when there's music in the background.
Well, I mean, we never did quite get my full 5-year song.
Oh, yeah, let's hear the rest.
Do it. I normally wouldn't bring that up, but I mean, it's been 5
I don't know
years.
how much.
God damn it.
I don't know how much more there is, but we're going to go back and listen to the whole
5
goddamn
years
song.
worth of song.
Whether you like it or not. Why are you giving me the finger, Andy?
I like it.
Andy's giving me the finger.
The last time I ever do your fucking show, asshole.
I don't want you to do it. To be honest,
call me.
Your song is the lowest ratings. When you're on my show, it's the lowest ratings. Honest, that's the truth. When you're on my show, it's the lowest ratings. Honestly, and I'm not trying to be a dick.
Have you ever thought that there's one consistent reason why no one watches your fucking show or listens to it? Because you're the host. You're the goddamn host. You remind people of how everything went wrong. 5 years
with Aristotle.
5 years
with Aristotle.
5
years with Aristotle.
I said with Aristotle. 5 years. 5 years. Aristotle. Everybody loves when people sound Jewish.
Did you give him that? The one with
Everybody.
the trumpet? Up and down. This old man. Everybody. I just.
And a bing bang boom boom. Up with a bing bang boom boom.
Everybody likes when you sound more Jewish.
Talk is name, public domain. We like songs that we don't have to pay for, and we make these songs that did cost us a dime. This so boom, bing, bang, 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 boom, boom.
Bang, boom,
This is the word.
bang, boom, bang, 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 bang.
They used to use this song for torture.
We were saying that it's easy to write children's songs because you just say what they don't want to do and they'll like it. Like, give me that music again. Maybe I'm wrong, but I actually think I'm a little serious. Jump in a puddle and jump in a puddle. Everybody jump in a puddle. Anything. I don't want to clean my room. I don't want to
Clean my room.
I hate to clean my room because I don't
Clean
want to
my
clean my
room.
room. I don't want. Right? It's anything. Right?
This old man, he was terrible at writing songs, so he wrote some terrible songs that everybody hated. This old man, he stuck at music, he was tone deaf, and he was mean. With a bing bang boom bum bum, bing ba 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 ba. Then he bunned up bing ba ba. This one guy, he couldn't write songs, so he took the simplest music and he went and sound monotonous. Everybody does the second verse. This old man, same old song, it's the same old song. Bun, gun, bang, bang. This old man coming up. Hey, what'd you think? Yeah, 65 degrees downtown. It's the quiet storm. The quiet storm.
You ain't getting out of here.
It's
Andy.
the quiet storm.
It's the quiet storm.
All night long. Yes.
Wow. I really liked you doing that song. Can we play that some more?
I don't know what you
You're right.
mean
You're
about
right,
that
basically.
song, I think
up
it's
and down and up and... I wrote this song and I can sing now. I can sing this old song. I can talk, but it sounds like I can sing because I get that up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down and up and down.
In the old days, people couldn't sing. People were horrible at music, and they wrote these terrible songs, and they made their kids sing them.
They don't write songs like that anymore.
They don't write songs
They don't
like
write
that.
songs like that because they've been legally barred.
Andy, is there anything you want to tell me about yourself that I don't know?
I want to tell you something, Todd.
And take your gloves off.
I will take my gloves off.
And sit back and relax.
And then you'll see I have eczema. Eczema jokes.
Can I ask you a question?
I love eczema jokes.
Can he bring that music? You know that song we just up and down, up and down? Bring it in within a minute. Just pick an opportune time and come in loud. I'm going to forget about it.
You know, I just want to say one thing.
Did you hear the
before
request I
leave.
just gave him?
I gave the request, but I just want to say one thing.
Yes. Why do I
the
do
fellas,
something wrong?
The fellas told me
The fellas?
that,
What
a month and a half ago they stopped putting the show out. And they say you've never been happier.
Well,
because you think the feedback remains steady. It's over, Todd. It's over. It's time for you to get
it's
the
been
ball.
going better because my feedback has been steady.
Okay, right. Nobody's upset. Nobody upset's come at me. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Okay.
I got a backer for the mobile comedian.
Really?
No, they bring it back, but for the 21st century.
Wow, what do we do different?
Like an LED light show. This old man, he hated music, so he took it out on the rest of us, and his music is so bad. People would drive them crazy. Everybody died at the age of 12. Then they hated music then. Our society, it was terrible. It's been terrible. It's still terrible. This was a song that people would like, and they'd make their kids listen to it. We are stupid. We are bad. We are bad, and we don't have a creative bone in our body, so we come up with a song like this. We are Nazis, we are Nazis, we are Nazis all the time, and we voted Donald Trump and he stole the election. Nazis, Nazis, Nazis. Donald Trump, he's going to end the world, and he's going to end the world with it. And this is the song. When the nuclear holocaust comes around, I hope this song is playing down. As I see, as my world comes apart, and there is a big radioactive storm.
Oh my God!
This old man.
That's actually him.
I like the zoos. I like the zoos. I like the zoos, and I like the who. Some people can't play an instrument, so they just blow a whistle, or they blow into a stupid kazoo. That's not playing a musical instrument. You're not a musician. You're not a musician if you blow a whistle 4 times, or you blow into a kazoo. Even a dog can shake hands too. the starting to grow on me. After a while, you don't like this song. It's a pretty nice tune. Hey, happy days. Hey, 100 bottles of beer on the wall or anything.
Bottles beer on the wall.
People.
Bottles.
And there's no God. After death, all you hear is this song. For the rest of eternity, all you hear is this song. And a bang, bang, boom, bang, boom. It's like a Dixieland band without the charm. All right, you've been listening to the Todd Glass Show. Remember, this week.
All right, let's be serious. Gotta take the reverb out of my voice. It's not a joke.
I've never heard someone request reverb.
What do you call it?
I go for a chorus.
No.
Like a chorus or a flanger. Digital delay.
You want to hear something?
MXR distortion pedal. Barkasberry preamp.
I can play this song because someone that's...
Theremin, go. Theremin sound, go. Come on, go. Theremin sound. Theremin sound.
So I sing during my key.
Yeah.
She gives me
Sounds great.
everything I need.
This is this guy, Alec White.
Never-ending feast.
The guy that did the My Way song, but this is an original, I think. I'll let it breathe for a minute.
A ring, she puts her hands against my chest. She's standing out from all the rest. I made a vow to do my best. She's all mine. She's all my mind.
You know what? I think I could sing. After hearing this, I would probably sing like this guy. I have to laugh. You know why I fake laugh? You know why I fake laugh? To make sure you all knew I was kidding.
He's very ill.
The way you were looking at me.
He's very ill. We heard from him right before the show.
Who's ill?
The guy who sings this song.
Alec?
Yeah, this is his last hope.
This show?
Yeah, that one of his songs will be played without some asshole mocking him.
Well, I'm not mocking him. I love this
I don't
song.
know. I just got desperate for a bit.
All right.
I've been a vulture, you've been obscene. We've both been a fly on the wall.
You know what I'm going to do? That's a little tease in the business. Next time, I'm going to let them both breathe more. That's a tease, Andy.
Could you know less lingo?
What?
We call that a tease in the business. What are you, vinyl?
Or do you have a
Hey, put it in the groove and let it
Quit
well.
going back to the well.
Do you have a podcast?
I have a podcast, and Todd, I just want to apologize because during the break you did take me aside and you said, fun is fun, and you appreciate a joke just like the next person, but that a lot of the stuff I did early on was just too much.
I did.
And it doesn't come from the best part of me.
Well, in all fairness, I did pull you aside. And,
you did.
And
just
what else
wanna
did I say? I forget because I was so hot.
You will never work again in this business.
Oh, you're going to turn it on me?
I will. I don't get on plane one unless I know there's a kosher meal. All right, Thought Spiral Show is my podcast with J. Elvis Weinstein.
What do you guys talk about?
Have you heard our show?
No, I have not actually.
It's two Jews. It's like we talk about life, the meaning of life, and no guests.
Do you talk about your therapy a lot?
I talk about my therapy probably too much. I do a lot of whinging. I do a lot of whining.
How long is the average show?
It's like an hour and a half.
Good.
And people write in, they go, you know what? I was shopping the other day. Not too bad.
Thank you. Well, because you know what? I think it takes an hour and a half to bite into anything worth biting into.
Well, why don't you just say that you don't have it anymore?
How long have we been going all together?
2 hours, 7 minutes.
Yeah, we'll go in.
You know how they say less is more? Obviously, you don't.
I don't know. We're gonna close the show. I don't know. I used to worry. What's the close gonna be?
I do that every week. That's on our podcast. We don't know how to close.
Not me.
Why not?
Because I just talk about it. And
I like confident Todd.
And then it gets me to like, oh, what can we do? You know, so we'll bring in some piece of music. Something will happen.
I still do not understand why you said that I could not bring up any gay issues.
I talked to you about that on the phone. Like,
I mean,
how long? I want you to tell the people so it's not my slanted version. When did I tell you that?
You told it to me. I wrote one poem called Homophobia. I got your homophobia right here. And I'm the bad guy. I'm sorry I did not respond to your opening of that sketch better. Look, I don't know why you told me earlier today when you called me that I shouldn't bring up check kiting. I don't even know what that is. Why shouldn't I bring up check kiting? You know, Todd, I'm not comfortable that you called me this morning and said, stay away from my ties to Paul Manafort. Leave it alone. Randy Credico and I did not work on that gig. Todd, you know when you called me this morning and you said, look, every time you've come on the show, Andy, it's like you have to top me. You won't let me be funny. Andy, I get it. You're funnier than me, Andy. Okay, you happy? You happy? You're funnier than me. You're more clever than me. You're more conventionally attractive.
This is me calling you.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think it's me calling. I think it's me. I'd like to do an impression now of me doing an impression of me doing an impression of me. Todd, I just want to tell you something. I've come on your show. You could say too many times. I would say a lot of times. And organizationally, it's you know what I'm saying? You've taken it to another level on the exact same horizontal plane. You have no opening. You have no opening. You have no opening monologue. Todd, if you die right now, I'm telling you, it's a cry for help.
Andy Kindler is a funny comedian.
Oh my God!
Free
If
speech.
I die. It's
I'm so glad.
All right, everybody. Well, that's the show. I know how to lead people. Talk about lead people wanting. That's exactly what I just did.
Thank you for having me.
Bye. Thank you, Steve Fine Arts, Eric Olson, Aaron Simon, Andy Kindler, Aristotle, and the always
Free speech.
John
Free speech.
Brand Wagner. Free speech.
Free.
Don't try to censor my positive view of his work.
Free speech.
Free speech.
Free speech.
I'm not afraid to pay him a compliment.
Free speech.
I read Mein Kampf.
Free speech.
I said Hitler. You heard me.
Free speech.
You can't spell fascism without S. That was a good ending. Now, I need you to do a couple of wild lines for me.
Oh,
okay?
sure.
Just say, you're listening to Y95. What are you doing in the morning?
You're listening to Wi-Fi 95. What are you doing in the morning?
All right, let's get it for Fresno. You're listening to Y93. Why don't you go fuck you?
You're listening to...
I'm going blue.
So what? You think that's your only problem?
Hold on, 12 more, Todd.
Oh, okay.
You're listening. If you're 12 more, and then you'll say before you say, I don't have a show. Todd, whatever you do, end it or don't.
Hi,
go out on
Lisa and
this.
Karen in Bloomington. You're listening to the Todd Glass Show. Free speech.
You were listening. It's over.
Thank you.
Let it go, Todd. Yes, I was a method actor.
It's the #1 radio show with Rob Charles on Pure 107.8 FM.
That's our show.
Yeah.
It's you I like. It's not the things you wear, not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, the way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you, not your toys, they're just beside you. But it's you I like. Every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. And I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like, it's you yourself, it's you, it's you, it's you I like. It's you I like.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.